his coaching career inflicted upon him in December of 2015 right here on this turf. Gamecocks beat them in the semifinals of the FCS playoffs, and it was sweet because they had knocked out the Gamecocks the year prior here at home and advancing on, but the Gamecocks got them in 2015 by a score of 62-10 here. A couple of guys named Pope and Jenkins had pretty big days that day for Jacksonville State.
They had a lot of pretty big days. Two good ones.
Unfortunately, they're not suiting up for the Gamecocks today. All right, mentioned earlier, they come in 8-2. Offensively, their numbers better than I thought because they've struggled. They won a game 10-7. They won a game 9-3 just 2 and 3 weeks ago, as a matter of fact, with that. Last week, went to overtime to beat Kennesaw 23-17. Quarterback Hunter Masons got knocked out of a game against Western Kentucky with a concussion, and then got knocked out in Louisiana Tech game with a non-throwing shoulder injury. And so he's been in and out, and I guess that's been part of the problem. But he's a guy that can run it, and he throws it, but he can run it as well, Ray.
Yeah, he's definitely a dual threat quarterback. With that, running the ball, he's got 117 carries. That tells you a lot, Mike. Almost 500 yards. He averages over 4 yards per carry and 6 touchdowns. So he's done a really nice job. Jace Bauer is the other quarterback, and, again, he's been in and out. His numbers are not nearly as good throwing or running the ball, but he has 45 carries, but does average 4 yards per carry, but has yet to score a touchdown.
Now, running back, they'll play a lot of different guys, and Jay Dunker's taking over that job maybe as the main man. Sam Houston, his third stop in his college career. He was at Northern Illinois, then at Memphis, and now for the Bearcats. And a guy that's numbers are not bad coming in either.
No, they're very good, Mike. He's been very consistent. He has carried the ball 110 yards. He's averaging 5.2 yards per carry with 7 touchdowns. He has a long run of 86 yards, but he's also caught 12 passes out of the backfield, averaging over 7 yards there. But they also have DJ McKinney, that's the other top running back that they have, and he's got 90 carries, so it's kind of by committee with them. And he's also averaging 5.1 with 3 touchdowns and has 11 receptions. So I think it's a two-headed monster when you look at the running backs.
The wideouts, the guys that can scoot a little bit. Ife Adeyi is a guy that we know from going back to 2021. They won the FCS title in 21. He was part of that team. They've got 7 guys still in their program from that FCS championship team in 2021. Adeyi's been around for a while. Second team all WAC when they were in that league in 2021. He was the all Southland Conference performer. He can run 5A state titles in both the 4x100 meter and the 4x200 meter. So he's a guy that can go pretty good. He is their leading receiver coming in. Then you got Simeon Evans has had a good year. He's the top receiver, Evans is. And then Adeyi, Quavez Humphreys, some pretty good numbers. Michael Phoenix, so they'll throw a lot of different guys out there against the Gamecocks today.
Yeah, looking at Adeyi's numbers as far as his career goes, 6 years in the program, that tells you a lot. But he has 157 receptions and over 2,200 yards in catches as well. So he's the real deal. He's proven himself over the years. And Simeon Evans, as you mentioned, is their leading receiver right now with 33 catches. And I tried to do a little comparison between he and Vaughn. Vaughn has 32. He has 33, but he doesn't have the big plays that Cam Vaughn has for the Gamecocks. His best game this season was 5 receptions, and he's done that 3 of the last 4 games, so he's really started to come into his own.
All right, so we've talked about some of their guys and their numbers. What kind of problems do they pose Jacksonville State's defense today?
Well, again, I think the dual-threat quarterback. It starts with that. If you've got a quarterback that's having a good day, it's going to be tough, especially if they're the dual threat. We talked last week about the quarterback having up and down season and all, and he had probably his best day against the Gamecocks last week. So you just have to expect that's going to happen again today. But they have one of the biggest offensive lines that they've had in the past. Everybody's at least 300 pounds. They feel good about the size and the speed and athleticism, I should say, of their offensive line, just like we do about ours. So I really think it's going to come down, again, to what happens in the trenches.
A couple of young guys who played pretty well, in particular Jawan Campbell up there for Jacksonville State. I mentioned J-Rock's been around a while. I talked about that a little bit earlier. You got him, you got Hale, guys with some experience there in this program. Carter's played a lot of college football. It just hadn't been at Jacksonville State his only year here. But those guys today, again, got to be a little better, I think, than they were last week in that one, don't they?
More consistent, can't give up the big plays. This is a team that does not have a lot of the 20-plus yards plays like Jacksonville State does. So, when you look at their passing, a lot of that is short-range passing, back out of the backfield, curl up at about 10 yards, that kind of thing. So, but when you look at our defense, I think they'll be very, very active. They know what's on the line here. Carter, the leading tackler for the Gamecocks, has 10-plus tackles 4 times, so we really need to see that kind of effort. Fred Perry's been all over the place. I mean, he is unbelievable as a defensive back. 19 tackles, 14 tackles, and 11 tackles are his 3 biggest days. 73 overall tackles. But Reginald Hughes coming in at the other linebacker. Hughes is the most active Gamecock that we have on defense with 8.5 tackles for loss. 4.5 of those are sacks. You mentioned J-Rock. I love where Jawan Campbell has come from. This is a guy that you missed, him picking up that fumble in Louisiana a couple of weeks ago and rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling and didn't quite make it to the end zone, got down to about the 1-yard line. But what a huge play that turned out to be in that game.
Last week, some big plays for FIU in the contest, and as you mentioned, got to stay away from explosive plays or the big plays there. The ground game, tackling maybe a more sure tackling in the ground game. I thought maybe the tackling last week slipped just a little bit. I think early in the season was like that. They gotten better, and I don't know, maybe the FIU coming in last week, I think maybe the fact that they were, 3-6 coming in, and you're thinking ahead of what's in front of you with this one this week and then the one next week as well. Maybe that all factored into that too.
Well, I think you're partly right about that, but I think it even goes back a little bit. For the last 3 or 4 weeks, with the exception of Liberty, we've been playing those 2-win, 3-win teams. Those are teams that we should win, and sometimes you have a hard time getting as excited about playing those guys, even though they're important games, because you've got to win those. And we've struggled a little bit, especially offensively in the third quarter, which was our best quarter until then. But this is a whole different thing today, because if we win this today, we make it to the conference championship. We know that. We don't know where we're going to play yet. All that's going to play out. But it gets us in to that game. But Sam Houston's in the same situation. Right. They've got to win it. We still have got other options, but they've got to win it to be able to get in to the conference championship. So there is a lot on the line.
So could they be a little more wide open today with some things possibly?
I don't think they'll leave anything, to chance. I think they're going to probably do that. I think it starts out with the quarterback. How healthy is he? Because he has had that concussion. He has had an injury to the non-throwing shoulder. And, Watson can be very, very good, but his numbers don't wow you.
Both teams down on the field getting ready. Everybody out there, both offense, defensive units out there with all the rest of their teammates getting ready for the start of the contest here, roughly 45, 47 minutes away from the opening kick. Jacksonville State, last year they come from behind win against them in overtime. What was it, I think, in the last 2 minutes? It was like a 99% probability they were going to win it. Jacksonville State came from 10 down to tie it up and then won it in overtime 35-28. And sort of got them going, I think, at that point. And, of course, we're going to win 9 games total on the season, finished third in the league and a bowl bid, and that transition year for Jacksonville State from FBS too.
Yeah, that was a plus, that's for sure. We didn't really expect it to be that good. We'd hoped it might be that good, but just what a great transition year the Gamecocks had. And this team, Sam Houston, had a difficult transition year this past year. But they started putting it together toward the end, as you were talking about a few minutes ago. And they've won 11 of their last, 14, I think it is. And but Keeler has done an outstanding job. He is a great coach, and he knows what it takes because he's taken them to the championship game and won it.
Try green. Oh, wrong thing. I'm in the wrong show here. Let's back up. How about our Countdown to Kickoff show presented by Jacksonville State alumnus Congressman Mike Rogers? We come back with more. Talk about the Jacksonville State offense. Sort of the irresistible force, the immovable logic here today. Top offense, top defense. Got it coming up here. Jacksonville State versus Sam Houston. We're back with more. Mike Douglas, State Farm Insurance. Excuse me, Mike Rogers. Countdown to Kickoff show right after this on the Gamecock Sports Network.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill Bubba Bussey, one of the assistant athletic directors here at Jack State and the director of broadcasting. We always want you to come out to the games. There's nothing that can replace the sights, sounds, and interaction of being at a football game. But if you can't make it, we offer several options to bring the action to you. Many of the Jack State games are broadcast nationally on TV. The other home games we produce in-house and can be seen on ESPN Plus streaming platform hosted by legendary broadcaster Eli Gold. If you're driving or have your hands full, we also offer radio coverage through the Gamecock Radio Network. The coverage you hear from the voice of the Gamecocks, Mike Paris. Mike has put you in the middle of some of the biggest and best moments in Jack State history for over 40 years. You can find more information at jackstatesports.com. And for now, enjoy the game and go Gamecocks.
Today's Gamecock Sports broadcast is brought to you in part by Young Oil, operators of the Grub Mart stores. They currently have 13 stores in Northeast and Central Alabama with new locations coming soon. Gas, groceries, beverages, and secure transactions at the pump are all staples of your Grub Mart store. The Young family has been involved with Jacksonville State for approximately 75 years. We thank them for their longtime loyal support of Jack State and Gamecock athletics. Young Oil, Grub Mart store.
Go back to the very first meeting. Jacksonville State was in transition from Division 2 to Division 1 AA football. And they came in here in the 93 season and beat the Gamecocks. And the first ever meeting between the two. Then the Gamecocks, officially a 1AA program the next year, would beat them for their first ever 1AA victory in that contest when they won it by a score of 16-13. I think Tion Knox intercepted a pass. It was in 1995, correction on that. First year for the Gamecocks at 1AA football, as it was known then, now FCS football. And the Gamecocks win it there 16-13. In fact, the Gamecocks would win 3 in a row. Then they would come back and win the next 3, and now we've been back and forth. 6-6 overall. How about this? Each team 3-3 in Huntsville, Texas. Each team 3-3 here in Jacksonville, Alabama. You can't get much closer than that, much tighter than that.
Pretty even, that's for sure.
Defensively, that's been their, I say, calling card. I'll use that term because they've been able to shut some people down and hang on to them this year. They are either first or second in the majority of the categories, defensive categories, when you look at stats in Conference USA. And the one thing that really sticks out to me, and this is something Rich Rod's talked out, they'll probably play 8 guys up front today. Their front 3, they'll rotate them in and out of there. Carlos mentioned it's like a line shift change for them when they do that.
Yeah, they do a really good job. They're very athletic. They've got several guys that have been very successful as far as tackles for loss. They've, I think, got 55 of those on the season. And then you got Chris Murray that's the leader there, 8.5 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks. And then there's 5.5 sacks by Bryson Hayes. So, you got several of these guys that make big plays up front defensively for the Cats.
Got some guys with experience. They got some older guys, fifth-year guys, 6-year guys. Cavey and Gaither and Fields, both those guys have been around a while. Weaver had been around as long. When you look, and it's like most people, I guess, so The linebackers and their secondary making the majority of the tackles, or their leading tacklers coming in.
Yeah, the line basically takes care of the offensive line. They try to keep those guys free so that they can run. Weaver is listed as a defensive back, and he's the leading tackler with 69. He has 4 interceptions to lead the team in that category. And then you talked about Gaither just a minute ago, Mike. He's a linebacker, 6 foot 215 senior. In his career, he has 233 tackles, so that guy's played a lot of football.
So they give up an average of right around 20 points per game. But the last 3, only 9 points per game has been the opponent's average against their defense. Rushing, they give up 120 to 125 per game. I think they're second in the league in category. And only 319 yards total offense they allow per game, which in this day and age of college football, pretty good.
Yeah, and I go back to the rushing yards at 124, and Jacksonville State averages double that. Number 4 in the NCAA at 258 yards rushing. I really think that's where the rubber meets the road today.
That'll be the determining factor?
I believe so.
Offensive line, Jacksonville State against their defensive line,
yes,
and trying to figure out some things. How about Trey Stewart? Unbelievable. Leads Conference USA, number 11 in the country, all-purpose yards. His other numbers for Trey Stewart: yards per carry, leads the league. Rushing yards total, number 7 in the country in FBS football. Leads Conference USA at 1,219 yards. He's 8th in the country and number 1 in the league. He's averaging, 100 and I forgot the amount now. Over about 120-something a game, I think, is what he's up to at this point in time. And his 19 rushing touchdowns, number 5 in all of FBS football. And again, folks, this is a guy that was in Division II football and just exploded over the last 5 weeks for Jacksonville State.
He really has been. He was really good where he was before. In his career at both schools, over 4,000 yards rushing, and it's 41.97, and that's 14th in active players in the NCAA. So, again, making a mark.
Cam Vaughn didn't catch a pass last week. First time this season he's not caught at least one pass in a game. Do you have to get him more involved, you think, in this one today?
Well, I think so. And, again, they threw the ball to him several times that were broken up by the defensive backs. They made some good plays. I guess they're putting their best one on him. But Michael Petway had 4 receptions last week against FIU, and he has 82 in his career, 22 on the season. And, of course, we saw him early in the season with that 92-yard reception for a touchdown. But Petway's been able to step up a little bit. And Jordan McCann,
yes.
I mean, he's the guy that's been around, and he's got 12 catches on the season. But right now, or this past week, along with Petway, he also had 4 receptions. Yeah. So that was by far his best day.
We haven't really talked much or enough probably about the offensive line, but Osteen, Webb, Harley coming in place of Roby went down with the injury. Then Grayson is taken over at right guard, and then Jones at right tackle. Tell you what, Bunch has been solid, haven't they, since, week 2 of the season, I guess?
Well, you and I both know they have no choice. Rick Trickett, and you hear me talk about him virtually every week, but he is the offensive line coach, and he's one of the few people that's a little bit older than I am walking around this place. And Rick has been everywhere and has done a masterful job in 3 years here at Jacksonville State. Even with that first offensive line that he was able to transition with, they got better and better and better. But they have really been an outstanding cohesive unit. And but again, I think it's just the way that his expectations, number one, are very similar to Rich Rod's for the whole offense, but just what he gets out of those players.
24 seniors for Jacksonville State today on Senior Day. That'll be recognized here before we get it going. One of those is Sean Brown. He's in his 3rd year in a Jacksonville State uniform and a solid career. Terrific blocker. Can catch the football. He can run a little bit after the catch as well, as we saw last week. The 1 reception, 56 yards and a touchdown. He's had a 76-yard TD reception in his career, and he's averaging, coming into this game today, about 15 yards per reception, I think, on the season, 15, 16 yards as well. with his 9 catches for 153 yards. But he's one of the guys that's been around for a while. Special day for him, senior day. Had a chance maybe to win a conference title as well. Had a chance to catch up and visit with him earlier in the week.
What's been the difference starting 0-3? What's been the turnaround for you guys that's led to this 7-game winning streak?
I think it kind of have to look back at the last couple of years. Those first 3 games we played, we weren't playing with the same kind of confidence and mojo that we had, the past 2 years and the success that we had. And, as crazy as it sounds, we just kind of turned it around like that because we know how we all can play. We know the style of physicality that we play with, and we all could see that we weren't playing up to that level. So when we finally decided to turn it on, it all just happened right there.
We've discussed the Eastern Michigan game. It seemed like something in the second half just sort of clicked. Would you go back to that game and maybe could you sense a difference then?
Yeah, and we got a little unlucky in the overtime period, and people are going to say what they want to say about that. But I think that was the game we kind of started to figure things out, especially like you said in the second half. But I think anybody could say from week 2 to 3, 4, on and on and on, we've just gotten better, and it'd be awesome if we can just keep this rolling.
What's better, running down the field wide open, a ball thrown to you at least a touchdown, or pancaking a guy on the edge that leads to a touchdown for Trey or Huff or somebody?
I think it's 2 different kinds of enjoyment. One of them, you don't see a tight end running down the field for 50 yards very often, so obviously that one's always real fun. But when you spring a big block, and you see your running back taking off down the field, it's not so much of a great personal feeling, but just knowing that that you helped out the team, and knowing that you put everybody in the best place to succeed.
You have to block or you won't be out there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody, not just me.
What Trey Stewart has done, does that give you a sense of pride to be a part of that with what he has accomplished over the last 6 weeks?
Yeah, definitely. He came in here just like I did with the transfer portal, and just being in a spot like that to where you can help other people out, especially whether you come in the transfer portal or from high school or you've been there for 4 years. We've got great running backs everywhere. And, we just highlight Trey a lot because, honestly, he runs harder than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
Senior day, 4 years here for you when you transferred in. What will this mean to you when you get out there for the last time, at least in the regular season game?
I'm probably going to be a little emotional. I try to keep my emotional side away from football, but this is a big moment for me. I spent the last 4 years of my life here, and I couldn't see myself being anywhere else. And like I said, I'm grateful for the old coaching staff, Rich Rod's coaching staff, for keeping me around. So, yeah, I feel a bit of sense of pride when it comes to playing here. And, knowing this might be my last time playing on the field, it means a lot to me.
40 career starts. Go back to 2021. Did you think that would happen?
I didn't think I'd play that many football games, to be real with you, going into my 6th year. But, yeah, it's awesome, man. Both coaching staffs, like I said, they've done nothing but support me. And, I couldn't be more grateful.
Sean Brown, tight end, started his career up in Knoxville, wearing that other color that this bunch of Sam Houston's wearing today. He was wearing orange then. 2 years in Knoxville, transferred here, came in the John Grice era and hung around, and he mentioned them, as well, talking about the 2 different coaching staffs that he's played for.
Yeah.
And
that's good. He appreciates what everybody's done for him, and he is a class act on the side of that too. But one thing that I would love to see today, personally, is I would love to see 2 or 3 even tight ends. We've got some good tight ends besides Sean, and let them go out and in that 10-yard area, because those linebackers are having to stay close to the line of scrimmage to spy on Huff. And so if they are spying on Huff, I think those guys could make a huge difference in the middle of the field. That's
what led, I think, to the big play for Sean last week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I didn't watch it from that standpoint, but we could really start to take advantage of that. The defenses have to watch Huff now. He has deserved that right, but it's cut down a little bit on what he's able to do as far as number of yards in a game. But if we can get that ball back to those people in the mid, it doesn't have to be a tight end. It could be somebody coming across the field. Then it's going to open that back up more for Tyler Huff.
Gamecocks have headed back to the locker room a visit, and then we'll have some senior day activities and festivities going on here just in a bit. Sam Houston still out there getting their warm-ups, finishing up, running through some offense there, running some pass routes, all that good stuff. Countdown to Kickoff Show presented by Jacksonville State alumnus Congressman Mike Rogers going to continue here. Rich Rodriguez, will catch up with him. He'll join us. We'll talk with him about today's contest, the importance of it for Jacksonville State, and what he sees as a couple of things, 2 or 3 keys for Jacksonville State in the matchup today with this bunch from Sam Houston State. We're back with more and a visit with the head coach right after a timeout. This is a Gamecock Sports Network.
Everyone is talking about opioid addiction, but it's not about me. I don't have a problem. I take them when I need them. I can always stop. I'm pretty sure I could stop. I'm not in too deep. Am I?
The 24/7 helpline is 844-307-1760. Again, the number is 844-307-1760. Or go to courageforall.com.
This message brought to you by the ADMH, the ABA, and this station.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Learn how to get elementary and high school students moving with Jacksonville State University. Physical education can be fun, and it can help establish an early active lifestyle. The Health and Physical Education Teacher Education Program courses align with our state and national physical education standards. Jack State gets you involved early and often in classroom environments to hone your skills. You'll learn tons of activities to teach, from basketball to Pilates, and yes, there's even a pickleball class. Jacksonville State University's Health and Physical Education Teacher Education Program. Learn more at jsu.edu.
Saying, I hear it all the time now. Remember November, boy, I tell you, you got to start with today, and then, as you said a couple of times, they get bigger each week now, don't they?
Yeah, it's been really neat, the run we've been on, from way back in September to now, and every game that you win, you create more that's at stake for the next one. So here we are with a lot at stake in the last 2 games.
Florida International, to their credit, came in here last week, gave you obviously a rough contest, tough game with them. But again, I think you learned something more about your guys with the way they handled all that and responded.
Yeah, and in our league, there's a lot of close games. I mean, I think that's, we got off to a pretty good start in the league, but knew that it was going to be a battle, and we know it's going to be that case coming out. So, I don't want our guys I don't want them really looking at the outcomes. I want them kind of looking at, the so-called process, everybody calls it, and, just staying focused on how we do things every day and practice each week. And now they've done that so far.
Obviously, the Power Fours get all the attention, but this game today here in Liberty, Western Kentucky, there's not 2 bigger games in college football in the conference today.
Yeah, as far as conference go, there's 4 of us left to battle for the championship, and it's all going to be decided in the next 3 weeks.
I think sometimes people forget that Sam Houston only has the 1 loss in league play.
Yeah, they've played great football. I mean, they really turned it. I don't want to say turned it around. They really started getting their groove, I guess you could say, toward the end of last year. They lost a bunch of close games toward the end of last year. They started winning a couple, and then they carried it over to this year. Got a really experienced team, especially on defense. So it's going to be quite the challenge.
Defensively, they're either 1 or 2 in just about every category in the league. Do you think they're the most complete, the best unit defensively in Conference USA you've seen?
Probably have. La Tech we thought was really good going in, and they played that way. Sam Houston has been the most consistent, I think, all year in our league defensively. And as I said, they got a veteran group, very, very athletic, maybe the most athletic defense we've seen all year. So we got to be ready for it.
You mentioned this earlier in the week, the press conference. It starts up front, and one thing, they play a lot of folks on the defensive line.
Yeah, the most you've seen them. You talk about normally at this level, you don't have your 7, 8 deep on the D line, but they'll play 7 or 8 guys at least on the D line, which is I think is part of the key to their success and their luxury. They're keeping the guys fresh up front, and with our tempo, we try to wear that out, but I don't know if that'll be as big a factor today. But all of it for us when we play well up front. With the O-line and our tight ends and our blocking scheme, we always have a great chance. That's going to be the key in this game.
Linebackers in the back end make most of their tackles defensively. How do they compare or measure to other folks?
Yeah, really athletic. They'll blitz and play some man coverage on third down and goal line and short yardage, but they don't put those guys at risk a lot on early downs. But at the same time, like when we played them last year, even though they had a different coordinator, a lot of people are, loading the box up in the run, dropping everybody down, and so we're going to have to be able to take some shots early in the game.
You expect to see that from them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we think it every week, and then it's usually maybe after a series or two, it's usually in the first series, probably by the second play of the game. So we've worked on it. That's the hardest thing to work on in practice is deep balls because you run into each other, with the field. Right. But now we've completed some, but we've missed some. And that's going to be, I think, one of the keys in the game is that when they give us those deep ball opportunities, one, we got to have it there called, and two, we got to execute it.
They've rolled up yardage, not a whole lot of points, but they've been able to move the football offensively. What jumps out at you when you look at them on that side of the ball?
They're going to, like us, they're going to play with 11. They're going to run their quarterback. When he's been healthy, when he was healthy earlier in the year and healthy in the last game, they've run the ball better. Now, their backup runs pretty well as well, but they're going to, they're very similar to us in the fact that they want to run the football. They'll use the quarterback to run. They do a lot of motions and shifts. And so I think discipline for us and gap integrity is going to be key defensively.
Can they spin it, as coaches say, pretty good?
Yeah, they throw it down. They got a couple of really good wideouts. They got one of the best tight ends in the league, very good athlete. So the key for us, defensively, we didn't play well in the last game. We've got to be more disciplined, and our guys are going to play hard, but we got to be gap sound, as I said. We can't let guys go free if we're playing man coverage, and we've got to put pressure on the quarterback. That's always a key.
Their place kicker, I think, has been the special teams player of the week a couple of times. You count him with Dawson as one of the top punters in the league. How big, how important is maybe being able to flip the field or kicking 2 or 3 field goals?
Yeah, in a game like this, one big play on a special team can make the difference. We've come close, but we haven't blocked a punt yet. We've not really tried to return one too much, but they may give us an opportunity to return. And our kickoff unit outside of one game has been pretty solid, and Rip has been pretty solid with the kicking. But there's going to be a big play in the special teams that'll help determine the outcome.
During the course of the week, if you talked about the importance, what's at stake, or do they just know?
I think everybody knows. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the week, and I'll talk to them, obviously a little bit before the game. And then it's also our seniors' last home game, so it's a big event in that regard. And so I don't want our guys to get overwhelmed with how important, because it is, everybody knows how important it is. But for no other reason, even if we didn't have the conference title at stake, just being our seniors' last home game to me is enough motivation for everybody to give their best effort.
All right, so you got some guys 1 year in the program. You got 2-year guys, 3-year guys, or J-Rock's been around 6 years or whatnot. But those guys, J-Rock, Sean Brown, Webb, those guys have been here with you the whole time. That's been the big part of this, I guess, correct?
Sure, and we got 8 first-year seniors, and I'm really proud of them, the way they've bought into our culture, so to speak. But I'm especially proud of the ones that have been here since day one. Even the ones that are here for the very first team meeting we had in the old facility. There's about 35 guys down in there in that old team meeting room, and they bought in from day one and been through a lot. They spent 2.5 years in a temporary facility while this was getting built, and they all hung in there and helped us establish this culture. So I'm proud of all of our seniors, but especially proud of the ones that have been here from the start.
Thanks, sir. Good luck today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jacksonville State head coach Rich Rodriguez. Our visit with the head man brought to you by Farmers and Merchants Bank, serving Calhoun County since 1915. We talk more about the matchup. Come back, run down our lineups and other things right after a timeout. This is a Gamecock Sports Network.
Sports not only bring us together, they inspire us on our own health journeys. Whether we're walking an extra lap, crushing a new goal, or spending time with friends cheering in the stands, we all win when we feel healthier and happier. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama is a proud sponsor of athletic programs across the state. Because a healthier Alabama is a happier Alabama. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, you don't have to be there to be there.
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You can ask on your couch while you binge watch.
Whatever gets you talking.
reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the JED Foundation.
True crime series and podcasts are huge right now. Seems like everyone is interested. And Jacksonville State University offers you a path to be a hero against true crime with criminal justice and forensic investigation degrees. The vast employment opportunities in the field are rapidly growing, and Jack State is setting the standard when it comes to producing criminal justice professionals. If your goal is to make communities safer, serve victims in the courtroom, or bring evidence together through forensics, start your journey at Jacksonville State University. Investigate more at jsu.edu/criminal justice.
U.S. Congressman Mike Rogers. Time to get to our starting lineups, and our starting lineups, a presentation of Tri-Green Equipment. Tried and true, their company's legacy. 75 years, the John Deere business in Alabama. K.C. Keeler and his folks from from Sam Houston State, I should say. Keeler, his 11th year, record 96-38. Second all-time winningest coach in Bearcats football history. His offensive line of scrimmage, you got Luke Eckhart at left tackle. Young man out of Spring Grove, Illinois, 6'6", 300-pounder. He's been in Arizona, been in Colorado, Iowa Western, and now at finishing up his career with the Bearcats. Eckhart at left tackle. Rhett Larson, a transfer from SMU, is at left guard. He's from College Station, Texas. The redshirt sophomore, 6'5", 300-pounder. At center, it's the 6'2", 305-pound fifth-year senior out of Cove, Texas, Ethan Hagler. James Don II, right guard, 6'4", 315, junior, out of New Braunfels, Texas. And then Orion Irving from Lamar, transfer, is the right tackle. Now our national anthem. The Narching Southerners, our national anthem here before the start of today's matchup. So again, they've got Eckhart, Larson, Hagler, Dawn, and Irving, their line of scrimmage from left to right. The quarterback is Hunter Watson. Watson, 6'3", 210, redshirt junior, transfer from Iowa Western. He actually began his career at a non-Division I program at Arkansas Monticello. He's 6'3", 210, redshirt junior. He is out of Salina, Texas. The running back, it'll be Jay Ducker. Started his career at Northern Illinois, then was at Memphis the last couple of years. He's out of Omaha, Nebraska. Graduate transfer, 5'10", 205-pounder. Tight end is Eli Sohn, a transfer from SMU. He's from Aledo, Texas, fifth-year guy, 6'4", 250-pounder. Ife Adeyi, 5'10", 175, out of Mansfield, Texas. He is one of their starters at wide receiver. Also starting at a wide after them, Simeon Evans from Mansfield, Texas. He began his career at Army and then redshirted, then entered the transfer portal. Evans, 6'1", 200-pound redshirt junior. Also in the starting lineup for them will be Quavez Humphreys. Mr. Humphreys out of Junction City, Texas. Redshirt junior. He's a big guy, 6'3", 225-pounder at a wideout. And then the fourth one will be Noah Smith out of Houston. 5'11", 190-pound fifth-year senior is Noah Smith. Jaden Cardell is their punter, 6 feet, 215-pound redshirt junior. And Christian Pavon, the place kicker for the Bearcats. Defensively, three-man front. Javon Leon starts at defensive line, 6'3", 250, a fifth-year senior out of Houston. The noseman, Seth Mason, 6'3", 295. Graduate transfer from Louisiana Monroe. He's from Allen, Texas. And then the other defensive tackle, Richard Outland Jr., 6'3", 290, redshirt junior. He also hails from Houston, Texas. The linebackers, Isaiah Nixon, a transfer from Texas State, 6'1", 235, senior out of Missouri City, Texas. Inside backer, Kavian Gaither, their second leading tackler out of Waco, Texas, 6 feet, 215 pounds, senior. Third leading tackler is Trey Fields, 6 feet, 215, senior. He is a Texas native as well. And then from Pacifica, California, at the other backer spot, Sincere Jackson, 6'2", 220. He's a redshirt junior. In the secondary, it's David Fisher at a corner, 6 feet, 185. He's out of Houston. The other corner is Davion Armstead, a TCU transfer, redshirt junior. He's a Baton Rouge, Louisiana native, 6'1", 185. And then in the secondary, there's the DBs, graduate transfer from Houston Christian. Their fourth leading tackler is Isaiah Cash, 6 foot, 195-pounder. The other safety is Jalen Jimerson. And Jimerson started his career at Incarnate Word, has been at Liberty the last 3 years and transferred to them. 5'10", 200-pound graduate transfer. He's out of Pittsburgh, Texas. And then their leading tackler is coming out of the secondary, Caleb Wheeler, DB, out of Houston, redshirt junior, 5'11", 190-pounder. That's the lineup for our visitors from Sam Houston State. Now, for the Gamecocks, in search of a 8th straight win here in the matchup today. Along the offensive line, you got Will Osteen, 6'4", 290, redshirt junior at left tackle. Clay Webb at Oxford High School, 6'3", 310, fifth-year senior. He's down there today getting recognized on Senior Day. He'll start at left guard. Davion Harley, just a sophomore, the center, 6'2", 305 from Havana, Florida. At right guard, a freshman in Bubba Grayson out of Stockbridge High School, Stockbridge, Georgia, 6'3", 318-pounder. Cam Jones, another senior, his first and only year in the program, fifth-year guy, 6'8", 330-pounder out of Knott County, Kentucky. He transferred to the Gamecocks out of the University of Cincinnati. At quarterback, another first-year guy. Just got him, I think, recognized here on Senior Day. And Tyler Huff, the Gamecock quarterback. Huff, 6'1", 215, the senior from Orange Park, Florida. Running back Trey Stewart, his only year in the Gamecock uniform as a senior. 5'10", 192 out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Senior Day's a whole lot different now, isn't it? Tight end Sean Brown, his fourth year of the program out of Coosa High School over in Rome, Georgia. 6'5", 255-pound fifth-year senior. The wideouts for the Gamecocks, Michael Petway, about his 13th year in the program for Petway, 5'10", 175, redshirt junior out of Alabaster, out of Thompson High School, and then to Washington State, then on to the Gamecocks. He'll start at one wideout. Jordan McCants, redshirt sophomore out of Hewitt-Trustwell High School, 5'11", 173-pounder, and then the third wideout will be Cam Vaughn out of Temple, Georgia, 6'2", 190, Cam, a redshirt freshman. The Gamecocks, your punter, Jack Dawson, and other of the seniors, 6'4", 197 from down in Australia, from Sylvania Waters, Australia. And then the place kicker, Garrison Ripa, the redshirt freshman out of Locust Grove, Georgia, from Luella High School. He's 5'10", a 200-pounder. Then along the defensive front, Jacksonville State, as we flip to the other side of the line of scrimmage for Jacksonville State. Who's that? Brock Roby. Limping out there, I guess, as he's called out. And injured and not, of course, able to finish his senior year. Gamecocks up front defensively, that three-man front, Jawan Campbell, true freshman, 5'11", 267 out of Definiac Springs, Florida. He's at an end. The other end, J-Rock Swain. J-Rock in his 13th year in a Jacksonville State uniform as well. In fact, he just being recognized here in a moment on Senior Day. 5'10", 260 pounds. I don't think J-Rock's a bit over 5'8", quite honestly, but he'll take 5'10". 260, the senior from Oxford. Fourth all-time tackles for losses in Jacksonville State history. In between Campbell and Swain, it'll be a true freshman in Talon Carter, who will start at the nose from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Carter, 6'1", 300-pounder. Linebackers will be Reginald Hughes, the junior out of Tunica, Mississippi, 6'2", 230-pounder, transferred here from Ole Miss. And Kywan McCray, outside backer, 6'4", 200-pounder. He's a senior from Baltimore, Maryland. And Lelete Hill, his sixth year in a Jacksonville State uniform out of Carver High in Montgomery, 6 foot, 220-pounder. Hughes, by the way, the Gamecocks' leading tackler for the year coming, or second leading tackler coming in on the season behind Fred Perry. The Gamecocks secondary, Jameer Latimer's at a corner, 5'10", 187 out of Sandy Creek High School over in the Atlanta area, Fairburn, Georgia. The other corner, Fred Davis II, 6'1", 192 out of Jacksonville, Florida. Transferred here from Clemson, started his career at UCF. Then you got Antonio Carter, graduate transfer from Notre Dame. Most of his career spent at Rhode Island, 1 year with the Fighting Irish, and now wrapping up his career at Jacksonville State. The Orlando, Florida native is a 6', 200-pound graduate transfer. Zechariah Poyser, 6'2", 190, redshirt freshman out of Wildwood, Florida. And Fred Perry, 5'11", 200-pounder out of Warner Robins High School. Averaging 9 tackles per game, which is second best in Conference USA. Remember, he didn't play the first 2 games, averaging over 9 tackles per game in the games in which he's played. And 20th in the country in tackles per game and number 2 within Conference USA. So the Jacksonville State starters, along with their starters, presented by Tri-Grain Equipment, their company's legacy, 75 years in the John Deere business in Alabama. We get closer as the Gamecocks get ready to go here with Sam Houston. 13th all-time meeting between the two. Somebody's going to have the lead in the series when the day is done. Somebody's going to have a giant step toward a conference title as well when the day is over here. Jacksonville State, Sam Houston coming up. Countdown to Kickoff show has been brought to you by Jacksonville State alumnus, U.S. Congressman Mike Rogers. We get to the kickoff when we come back to Burgess Snowfield at Amherst Stadium. This is the Gamecock Sports Network.
Neil Armstrong waited 6 hours and 39 minutes to step onto the surface of the moon. Jackie Robinson waited 20 months to play his first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And even DiCaprio had to wait 22 years to win an Oscar. You can wait until your destination. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm Mike Rogers, and I approve this message. My wife Beth and I are proud graduates of Jacksonville State University. Our time in school at JSU gave us not only a wonderful education, but a college experience that helped mold us into the people we are today. Jack State is known for its outstanding academic and athletic programs and a beautiful campus. I'm proud to support JSU, and I hope all the students, teachers, faculty, and alumni will join me in cheering Go Gamecocks. Paid for by Mike Rogers for Congress.
Hey y'all, I'm Riley Green. While performing keeps me busy on the road, Alabama is where I was born and raised, and it will.
Jack State Gamecocks football has a long and storied tradition, from its small college days to Division II.
Broken bone, double wing, 2 tight end set. Ball toward the hash on the far side. Robinson inside to Richardson. Touchdown! Sean Richardson just got it in there. And for the first time ever, the Gamecocks have a lead in a championship game. 4th down, 6, 29 seconds. Staten to the right, fleeing out there with him. Ball on the hash mark on the near side. They go on the quick count. Hutchins wants to throw. Down the middle, it's knocked away, incomplete. Eric King got it. Eric King knocked it away, incomplete.
Let's go make more memories today. It's time for Jack State Gamecocks football.
Might be clinching at least a share of the conference title, the berth of the Conference USA Championship game. That could happen today if the Gamecocks knock off the Bearcats of Sam Houston State. They have made their way in here to Burgess Snowfield of the Gamecocks. Get ready for the coin toss. Jacksonville State hosting the Bearcats of Sam Houston. Jacksonville State 7-3. They're 8-2. Gamecocks 6-0 in Conference USA. They are 5-1. This game means as much to them today, or even more, as well as Jacksonville State. So, beautiful day, sunny, balmy 51. Hammett's got his toboggan, his gloves, everything but a campfire or a fire pit here, trying to keep him warm during the course of the afternoon.
The day's not over.
Not much of a breeze, a little bit of wind, but not a whole lot. The Bearcats now finding their way out of the locker room across the way and heading down the hill over there and out into the stadium to get ready to go. Offense, Jacksonville State. Defense, Sam Houston. We think that's the story today of what happens with that matchup. Some of the keys to the game, Mr. Hammett's broken it down. What can you tell us about the matchup today, sir?
Well, I think it's going to come down to who plays the best 4 quarters, Mike. The last 2 games, Jack State's been a little sluggish in the 3rd quarter. Today they must be able to play 4 good quarters in order to win this ball game. Jack State rushes for 258 yards per game. That's number 4 in the NCAA. Sam Houston allows just 124 yards per game. Sam Houston's defense will be the best defense we've seen since Liberty. Who will make the big plays catching the ball? Jack State has Cam Vaughn with 32 catches and averages 16 yards per catch. Sam Houston's Simeon Edwards with 33 catches, averaging 11.5 yards per catch. Both of those guys have 3 touchdowns apiece. So, again, I think it's going to come down to who is going to make the big plays today.
Moments away from the toss and to tee it up and get it going here. Sam Houston will be in all white. The Gamecocks for the second time this season in all black here on Senior Day. Those 24 guys recognized just a bit ago. Before we get to the coin toss and the kick of today's contest, let us pause to let our local stations identify themselves. We appreciate them today. And bringing you Jacksonville State football. You can find out where you're listening to us right now. 10 seconds, station identification. This is a Gamecock Sports Network.
Hey, this is Tanner Kuhn. You're listening to WLJS 91.9 FM. We're broadcasting from the 92J studio on the campus of Jacksonville State University.
Our officials who will work today's contest will include Garrett Dickerson. He's the lead guy, the referee. Paul Mitchell is our center judge. Jonathan Forte, the umpire. Head linesman, I should say, is Jeffrey Micus. Jonathan May, the line judge. Gordon Everett, Gordon Everett, the side judge. Our field judge today, Clarence Cotton. The back judge, Danny Fowler. Replay official is Matthew Stelgis. And Joel Hilliard is the communicator. Get the coin toss coming up here. Guy was pretty good back in the old days on that team in 1989. 35 years ago they played here. Went to the championship game, got beaten in the snow. Eric Davis out of Anderson High School, former Pro Bowler in the NFL. Played on some Super Bowl championship teams. We'll do the coin toss today for Jacksonville State in the matchup with Sam Houston. Lalete Hale, J. Rock Swain, P.J. Wells, and Sean Brown, your captains today for Jacksonville State. The Bearcats, we got 3 guys in uni and a guy that's hurt that is not dressed today. That will be one of them. Let's see, Gaither, the linebacker.
Good morning. My name is Garrett Dickerson. I'll be your referee for the contest today. Mr. Jonathan Fort will be your umpire. Sam Houston is the visiting team. They'll be calling our toss. For our toss today, we have the CUSA logo with colors is the heads. CUSA logo without colors is our tails. Sam Houston, what do you call?
Tails.
Sam Houston is called tails. I'll let Mr. Davis do our honors.
All right, tails is the call.
It is a tails. Sam Houston has won the toss. You'd like to defer your choice to the second half. Jack State, you'd like the football, correct? Sam Houston, which end of the field would you like to defend?
We want to kick this way.
You'd like to kick towards the scoreboard? Let's flip.
So Sam Houston has won the toss and deferring to the second half. Gaither, the linebacker for them, one of the captains out there. Also, the punter, Cardell. You don't see that a whole lot. Cardell, one of the captains. And the third guy for them was Trey Fields, I believe, the linebacker. No, that was Smith, the wide receiver. Those double numbers get you, double jersey numbers, and I think it was Smith, the wide receiver. So they win the toss. Jacksonville State will go on offense first. Liberty, Western Kentucky, the other huge game today. They kick off in about an hour from now, so we'll keep you updated with what's going on there. Also today, New Mexico State at Middle Tennessee, FIU and Kennesaw State playing. And UTEP is up in Knoxville taking on the Tennessee Volunteers. Keep you updated on all these games going on. Gamecocks out there ready to go here with a kick. And for them, Pavon will get it out there and kick it off. Pavon to kick. He'll move it to the left of the X. Just to the left of the X, between the X at the 35 and the hash mark to the far side of the field. Sam Houston in all white, trimmed in orange. Jacksonville State all black, trimmed in white. White helmets with that fierce Gamecock. Here comes Pavon forward. He'll hit it. End over end kick. And it will be caught at about the 2-yard line, but already signaling fair catch. Surprise, surprise. Mr. Petway with a catch. First down. Jacksonville State to get it going. And the Gamecocks start at the 25-yard line on the touchback by Pavon.
Tyler Huff, of course, starting at quarterback last week. 15 of 28, 211 yards. Had 76 yards rushing on 11 carries.
Trey Stewart, a little banged up last week. Hadn't had a whole lot of practice time this week. See if that has an effect on him. Petway and McCants will go receivers to the right. Well, the ball was on the far side hash. Now they'll move it to the near side. So 2 receivers right. Vaughn comes wide left. Sean Brown, the tight end, H-back on the right side of the offense. Stewart to the right of Huff in the shotgun. 4-man front. Snap Tyler. He'll go to Stewart, and he's ahead for 4 quick yards to the 29. Nice job by Osteen and Webb on the left side to give him a bit of an opening.
Was not limping on that play.
Now the Gamecocks will go 4 wide. 3 to the right, receivers that is. 1 to the left. 2nd and 6. Huff the snap. Going to fake a screen. Going to cut behind the block to the 30, 35 to the 40. Cut back 45 to the 50. Flag coming in late behind the play. He had taken it to about their 49-yard line for a gain of 22, but the side judge got a holding call, I think, on Cam Vaughn here. It'll back it up. Still may be a Jacksonville State first down.
Right. It's from the point of where the foul was, and that was at the 45-yard line.
Spot of the foul. First down.
So it was on Vaughn from the spot of the foul. It'll move it back to the 35-yard line, but it's still good enough for a Jacksonville State first down at the 35. But it cost him about 16 yards. Sean Brown had split out wide right. Now he'll come back basically a wing right. Petway and McCants to the right. Vaughn to the left. Ball again on the hash on the near side. Huff the snap. Little delay. And he'll go to Stewart. He'll get a block to the 40, 45, and stumbled right at the 44-yard line before he got to the 45. Looked like he tripped over something and fell down. He got 9. It'll be 2nd and a yard.
I think he tripped over his offensive lineman, Will Osteen, that was blocking for him.
2nd and a yard. Huff, quick hitter of the sign to the 45, and then knocked back after he got 2 to the 46. This Stewart, boy, he took a shot there as they knocked him back. He got hit by Gaither. The linebacker was one of them in there, and then Weaver out of the secondary as well. First down, Gamecocks at the 46. Now they come trips left. Vaughn, Brown, and Petway trips to the left side for Jacksonville State. McCants to the right. Huff the snap, going to throw. Looking, dancing around, getting some heat. Gets away from one man, another man, and turns the corner, cuts back inside of the boundary across the way at midfield and ahead to the 47-yard line. He got about 7, maybe 8. Now they got a man down right on the sidelines, right on the numbers, or excuse me, the yard mark over there on the far side of the field. He got about 8, I think, is what Huff got. That was a cornerback, I think, that went down for them.
2 carries now for 16 yards. It's a pretty good start for the young man. Did a nice job of tiptoeing down the sideline.
Javon Leon, the defensive end, actually was the guy that was down, so he's out at least for a play. And it's 2nd down, Jacksonville State. 2nd and about 2 coming up here for the Gamecocks. Actually, 2nd and 3, let's say. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Little delay, and Stewart shot through the hole inside the 45, ahead to the 43. He got about 4 more and another Jacksonville State first down here on this opening drive.
Well, we talked in the opening, Mike, about offensive line against defensive line, and so far the Gamecocks are winning that battle.
Actually, it's closer to the 44, so call it a 3-yard gain. Now Brown's lined up in the backfield as a running back to the right, and Huff will hand to Stewart, who slithers his way inside the 40 to the 39. Brown cut in front there. Sort of a lead guy, and he went in behind the block. Huff reading it there and left it with Trey. He got 4 to the 39. It'll be 2nd and 6, Jacksonville State.
7 plays so far in this drive, all on the ground.
And again, Brown in the backfield lines up to the left of Huff on this snap. And he'll run to his right, and Huff will pull and go behind him to the 35, to the 30. Cuts back to the 25 and barrels a man down into the ground at the 28-yard line. 23-yard line. He got 16 and a Jacksonville State first down.
3 carries, 39 yards. Great block by Sean Brown.
2 receivers left. Handoff, and Stewart in the middle ahead to the 20 to the 19-yard line, maybe the 18. See where they spot it. He got at least 4 and maybe 5 here. Call it the 19. Give him 4. It'll be 2nd and 6, Jacksonville State.
Up tempo on that last play, trying to get the ball down the field in a hurry.
Not going to snap it as quick this time. Looking back to the sideline. Petway and McCants split to the right. Wide left toward us comes Cam Vaughn. Now Petway in motion. Hand off Stewart. Yes, but nothing there. Gaither from the outside came and got him and knocked him down. He actually lost a yard, I think, back to the 20 now. So it'll be 3rd and 7, Jacksonville State from the 20-yard line.
Gaither, the second leading tackler, with 4 tackles for loss, 1 interception, 2 fumble recoveries. He's a very active player.
Sean Brown, the outside receiver to the right. McCants inside of him. Petway and Vaughn to the left. Stewart in motion out of the backfield. Huff down the middle, fires, and did he catch it? Did he hang on? Yes, he did. McCants on the slant. The crossing route caught it inside the 10. He's down to the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Jacksonville State. Gain of 12 on the pass play.
Jordan with his 13th catch of the season.
Snap the Huff. I'm trying to say 13 words at one time. Snapped the Huff. He faked the Stewart and kept, and he'll get inside the 5 to the 4. And here comes the heavy set now. Jacob Barrick will check in at tight end. Pearson Baldwin checks in at tight end. And Andrew Paul in at running back for Jacksonville State now. The transfer from Georgia. 2nd and goal, Gamecocks. Ball right around the 5-yard line. One receiver, McCants to the right.
Gamecock's been very successful 88% of the time.
Snap to Huff, hands off, and inside to the 4 to the 3 is Paul. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 3. Ball right in the middle of the field here as they will line up and go on third down. He got 2 yards. He didn't carry it last week, did Paul? Didn't play in the game last week against FIU. And again, they offset it with 2 H-backs to the left. 3rd and goal at the 3. Huff, the snap. Going to fake and pull it. Rolling right. Looking to run or throw. He's going to keep it. Huff to the corner. Touchdown! And he took out his fellow mates at ROTC over there. He ended up on the wall down there below the concession stand, just past the seating. ROTC down there, they do push-ups after all the scores, and I think he got one of them as he got into that wall down there that's about chest high.
Jacob Barrick, the tight end, was not wide open, but he went out on a little flat route. So it was a run-pass option that time. Huff doing the right thing by hanging on to the ball and scoring the touchdown. That's, 10?
Terrific opening drive. Yeah, I think that's his 10th of
11th. Yeah.
Kick is up, and Ripa's kick right in there and good. Boy, terrific opening drive. Jacksonville State down the field. And 5 minutes and 15 seconds time of possession to start it here for Jacksonville State. 75-yard drive on the first series of the afternoon, and the Gamecocks are on top. 9:45. Watch out over there, fellas. 9:45 to go in the quarter. 7-0. Jacksonville State leads it. Our broadcast powered up by our friends at McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont. This is the Gamecock Sports Network.
Driving means
freedom,
exploration,
fun,
pride,
flexibility,
protection, friendship,
escape,
independence.
Distracted driving means
danger,
recklessness,
irresponsible,
chaos, police, devastation,
injury,
death.
Safe driving means staying alert and staying alive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Today's Gamecock Sports broadcast is brought to you in part by Young Oil, operators of the Grub Mart stores. They currently have 13 stores in Northeast and Central Alabama with new locations coming soon. Gas, groceries, beverages, and secure transactions at the pump are all staples of your Grub Mart store. The Young family has been involved with Jacksonville State for approximately 75 years. We thank them for their longtime loyal support of Jack State and Gamecock athletics. Young Oil, Grub Mart stores.
Who else? Jeff Smith, Eric Davis, David Gullidge, Vanyon Allison, Eric King, Kyle Campbell, 45. He's ahead of the Jacksonville State 42, 41-yard line. He got 9 yards on the quarterback keep. Zechariah Poyser on the stop there for Jacksonville State.
Sam Houston did a great job of building a wall for him to run around using those big linemen.
2 receivers left. You got an H-back on the right side. Plus you have, now he's in motion to the left. He'll stop there. Snap, fake. Watson going to drop the throw. Screen pass to Ducker, and a terrible throw, really, boy. If the Gamecocks could have gotten around the blocker out there, that's a pick 6 easily. Perry was over there, and I think Latimer, the other guy over there as well. Or Jabari Mack, checking. It was Mack over there. He just overshot Ducker. Got too much air under the pass, and on the screen it goes incomplete. 2nd and 10 now.
And it was a jump pass situation, too. He left the field with his feet and threw it. I don't know. It's hard to be accurate when you're not on the ground.
4 wide, 2 on each side. Now Evans in motion from the right side to the left side. So now it's a trips left, wide out right set. They fire outside to Ducker and got hit, knocked down immediately. Good play on the boundary. That's Davis, the cornerback. McCray took on the blocker out there and trying to fight off of him, but then coming up to make the play was the cornerback, Brett Davis. They're 3rd and 9 at the Jacksonville State 40-yard line here. Almost 3rd and 10. 4 wide, 2 on each side of the field. The ball to the near side hash. Gamecocks walking men up on the outside and in the middle. They may send 6, and they do. Watson pressure, got away, and still trying to fight his way back. He won't get to the line of scrimmage. He'll knock him down for a yard loss back to the 39. Now they're 4th and 10.
Kywan McCray coming up with that big tackle.
That would be assume a sack. It was going to be a pass play. And he got tackled. They'll go for it. 4th and 10 at the 41 of the Gamecocks here. It's either that or a quick kick. 4th down 10 for them. Bring a man in motion, Song. He'll stop on the right side. Clap their hands again. They'll look back. Play clock under 10 here. 4th and 10. A receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Now he's going to kick. Well, he's not going to get it snapped in time, I don't think. Nope. That's a long pause there from what the play clock was before the official threw the flag, blew the whistle.
Delay a game. Offense, number 10. 5-yard penalty remains. 4th down.
So, Ray, I'm assuming if they had drawn the Gamecocks offside, made it 4th and 5, they probably would have gone for it then, would you think?
Yeah, probably. I think that's what they were trying to do, is get that free 5 yards. And the Gamecocks doing a good job of not moving and jumping off sides that time. And, again, now we got the punt in.
Cardell to kick it from the 46, the line of scrimmage, and I think they moved. Maybe a false start. That's what it's going to be. That'll cost them 5 more.
False start. Offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty remains. 4th down.
That was Jimerson who moved there in punt formation.
Cardell, not one of the strongest legs in Conference USA, averages 40.5 yards, but he does have 4 punts over 50 yards.
So 4th down. Gamecocks keep the defense on the field except for the safety back deep. Cardell catch, 1 step, ugly kick, low line drive that'll hit at the 20 and bounces to the 15, to the 10, lateral bounce to the 10, it'll die there. So that is a 39-yard kick from the 49-yard line. And the Gamecocks, worst field position to start a drive today. They'll start at the 10-yard line.
More opportunity to run more clock. You can get another one of those drives like you had the first time.
Actually, he kicked from their 49, so that's a 41-yard punt is what it is, and 10-yard bounce out of that in a row. Oh, we're on a different network today, so they sell more advertising, I guess. They got more salaries to pay or something is what it is. So we have an extra break we don't normally have in a game today here. 7-0, Gamecocks lead, 2:56 to play in the quarter. Give us a chance to remind you, coming up as soon as we get done, basically as soon as we wrap it up here, head down to Daytona. And Jacksonville State basketball wrapping up their tournament down there, the Battle of the Boardwalk, as they go at it this afternoon, somewhere right around 2:30. And get it down to Eli Gold for coverage of Jacksonville State basketball. Don't forget, the ladies will be at home Monday night. The women in a 7:30 tip at home Monday night against the ladies from the University of Sewanee, or Sewanee University, I guess I should say. That'll be at 7:30 Monday night.
Big win against UAB last Wednesday. Did you see the situation on Elijah's son and what his other
swimmer
was? Yeah, he has been a college swimmer. He did not play football in high school. He played up until the 8th grade. Then he started swimming, and then I'm not sure how he got back into this. He was a swimmer at Texas A&M and Southern Methodist. So I've never seen a story quite like that.
I've never seen a swimmer 6'4", 250 before either.
That's true.
No wonder he had to play football. Can you imagine him platform diving or something, the splash he'd make?
I bet he wasn't quite that big.
Probably
when
not.
He was swimming. One heck of a cannonball, that's for sure.
7-0, Jacksonville State leads. Took the opening kickoff and marched it 75 yards to start the day. Then went 3 and out second series. Senior day, those 24 guys recognized before the start of the contest. Osteen on the left side of the line of scrimmage out there to get ready to go here for Jacksonville State. Will making his, 35th consecutive start every game as a redshirt freshman through his now redshirt junior season. He's been a starter for the Gamecocks. P.J. Wells to the right side for the senior. Coming wide left, Brock Rechsteiner. Petway will be in the slot. H-back left side is Sean Brown, the tight end. 4-man front, standing up a guy. Handoff, cut behind a block. Stewart to the 15, to the 17, 18-yard line as he cut in behind the block. And got ahead 7 or 8 yards for Trey. They're going to spot it, gain a 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 coming up.
Jefferson with another tackle. He transferred from Liberty.
2 receivers right, 1 left on this occasion with Brown lined up on the right side. Again to Stewart in the middle, and Trey turned nothing into at least a yard gain. He got hit early and just kept going, just couldn't pull free. And he got knocked down after the yard gain. 3rd and 2 now, Jacksonville State.
Bryson Haynes making that tackle. Has 5.5 tackles for loss on the season. Big 3rd down conversion attempt here for the Gamecocks.
Empty set, 5 wide, nobody in the backfield. Quarterback draw. Huff going to run first down to the 20 and dives ahead. He doesn't go down sliding. He's going head first every time. 7 yards to the 25 and a Jacksonville State first down.
We've been seeing people spy on him so that he can't make those long runs. I don't see them doing it now, but I look for them to go to that if he keeps having success.
First down, he'll pitch it outside, and he'll get the pass to Petway. Nice block there. Get him to the corner, and he'll turn it and get out around the 30-yard line. Well, Michael Petway, his first catch of the day. 2nd and 5 coming here, Jacksonville State.
Petway with 4 catches last week against FIU.
The Gamecocks already with 6 first downs. They lead the league and in the nation as they hand it off here. No, Huff going to keep it. He's got another first down, the 7th of the day, and still going as he got out over the 40, right to near the 45. I think that was put him down at the 43-yard line. 13 more to Jacksonville State first down.
One heck of a play fake with Stewart that time.
Gamecocks 13th in the nation in first downs coming in, total first downs. Huff the snap. He'll leave this one with Stewart. And he's to the 50, to the 45, pulls away, and lunges ahead for about 3 or 4 more. They're going to mark him down at the 41-yard line. I thought he got it inside the 40, but he got enough for a first down, a gain of about 16 for Trey Stewart here. Final minute of the quarter. Gamecocks started at the 10. They're right outside the 40 of Sam Houston here.
Trey already with 10 runs.
Huff, the snap gives to Stewart. And trying to pull free, but they knock him down at the 40-yard line. That'll probably be the final play of the quarter. Only a yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 9 here.
Trey having to leave the game. His chin strap has broken.
Well, they're working on his shoulder pad over there, fixing him up. Something happened. He's got his helmet, mouthpiece or something. I don't think the Gamecocks, I thought they were going to try to snap it, but when Stewart came off the field, they're just going to let the clock run out. That'll be the end of the first quarter of play here at Burgess Snowfield and First Stadium. Good start to senior day.
We've reached the end of the first quarter.
Gamecocks, that opening drive, were the only points of the quarter. On the move here as we go to the second quarter. 1 period done. 7-0. Jacksonville State on top of the Bearcats of Sam Houston State. Our broadcast is powered by our friends at McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont. They are local owners who serve the local community. This is Jacksonville State football on the Gamecock Sports Network.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but being there in person is priceless. That's why Jacksonville State University wants to invite you to discover the friendliest campus in the South. Nestled in the beautiful foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, Jack State offers a variety of opportunities to foster success both inside and outside of the classroom. With over 101 academic programs and our diverse student population, we want you to be the next addition to the Gamecock family. Schedule a campus visit to Jack State today at jsu.edu/visit.
Driving means
freedom,
exploration,
fun,
pride,
flexibility,
protection,
ability,
friendship,
excitement, escape,
independence.
distracted driving means
danger,
recklessness,
irresponsible,
chaos,
police,
devastation,
injury,
death.
Safe driving means staying alert and staying alive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
Hey y'all, I'm Riley Green. While performing keeps me busy on the road, Alabama.
This Gamecock Sports Network presentation is brought to you by Alabama Power, America's first federal credit union, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, Congressman Mike Rogers, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Grub Mart Stores, Hampton Inn of Jacksonville.
We welcome you back. Burgess Snowfield, Amherst Stadium. We are on the 6th floor of the stadium towers here. Men Hall. About a rock throw, maybe 2 rocks. We'll have to throw 2 rocks to get it over there to Miss Maddie on the campus, producing our broadcast here on our Gamecock Sports Network. Thanks to all our stations. Giving you coverage, Jacksonville State football this afternoon. Ray Hammett, and I'm Mike Parrish. Thanks for joining us. Gamecocks go the second quarter leading 7-0. They come in, number 2 in the league in rush defense, 124 yards a game, and Jacksonville State got almost that amount in the first quarter.
Well, they got a total of 139. 120 of that was on the ground. The first stat Coach Rich Rod looks at is how many first downs did we get. He thinks 25 means you control the game. They got 8 in the first quarter. 3 of 4 on third down conversions.
The Gamecocks will start second quarter, 2-9. Bearcats here in period 2 from where we are up top. From our right to our left, Jacksonville State now moving left to right. All black today for the Gamecocks. The all white and orange for Sam Houston. White pants, orange piping, orange striping down each of the pants legs, and then the white jerseys, orange numerals, orange headgear. Jacksonville State, black pants with some white trim, white piping. Black jerseys, white numerals, white helmets. Huff fakes the pass left, throws right. Coming down the field for McCants and overshot him down around the 5-yard line. Pretty good coverage for them as well. With a defensive back, Fisher, the corner that was with him, David Fisher, in coverage. McCants toward the boundary. Could have caught it over the shoulder, but it was too far out of bounds.
Andrew Paul doing a wheel route coming down the sideline, but I don't think he saw him.
Empty set here on 3rd-9. 5 wide, 3 right, 2 left. They'll send the 4 front. Huff trying to run a quarterback draw there, and they smell that one immediately, and they'll knock him down right around the 40-yard line. It'll be 4th, call it 9. No gain. He got back to the 40. It's 4th-9 here, Jacksonville State. Do you punt it? Do you go for it?
Well, according to what Rich Rod's rule is, you're going to go for it because you're inside the 40-yard line. You're right there at the 40. It could be a quick kick. They practice that regularly.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers light. Huff waits for the snap from Harley. They threaten to blitz. Gamecocks, see if they take a delay of game possibly here. Play clock at 10. 3-man front now, a 3-3 set. Man in motion, they'll go for it. Here comes the blitz. Get it outside to Paul. And he can't get away from Gaither. He tried to dance and get away from him and did not. And they'll knock him down for the game, or for the loss, and they take over the possession. They'll gain the possession here. Rich Rodriguez talking to Tyler Huff as he comes off the field. Gaither was one-on-one, and give him credit. He made the tackle in the open field.
Outstanding play by Gaither, the second leading tackler for this team. And as I said in pregame, coming into today in the career, 233 tackles.
So they got a short field here. A loss of 2 on the play. So they'll start at the 42. They send 2 receivers across the field to the right. 2 receivers toward this wide left. Shotgun, Ducker the running back to the left of quarterback Watson. Now here comes the man in motion, and they'll hand to him. and that's Noah Smith, the receiver who was in the slot. Handoff to him, and he'll get it across the 45, out around the 48, 49-yard line. He got about 7 for them. 2nd and 3.
Smith, that's his 10th rush of the season, averages over 8 yards per rush.
5th-year guy out of Houston for them. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Same formation, running back to the left of the quarterback. Watson looking to the right over there to the sideline, see if they change something. He's still staring that way. Now they're going to change it. Gamecocks in a 3-man front, but threaten to bring the linebackers. Now they shift Ducker, the running back, to the right of the quarterback. Snap and a handoff. They'll give to Ducker. He made Stansberry miss, and he'll get to the corner, to the 50, to the 45, and he's running toward the far side. He got it to the 41-yard line. I think that was Poyser who came up out of the secondary and made the play, but not before. He took it to the Jacksonville State 41 and a first down here for the Bearcats.
If Poyser doesn't make that play, though, it's a lot longer than that. Great tackle around the ankles.
Stansberry had a chance to get him at the line of scrimmage, but he got away from Guerin and got the first down. Now they come empty set. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Hunter Watson, the quarterback, started his career at Arkansas Monticello. Waits for the snap. He'll get it. Blitz coming. He got rid of it. Got it to Evans, who got away from the first tackle, but they'll get him down back around the 46-yard line. Somebody tipped the pass. Gamecock smelled the play, I'm telling you. Had it read beautifully, but he got away on the initial hit, but still, they lost 5, 2nd and 15, because the other black shirts were there. Well, they brought the house that time.
Hughes made the final tackle. About 4 people touched him.
It was Poyser who couldn't get him down the first time. Trips right, wide out left. Running back, new running back in the game. That's DJ McKinney to the right of the quarterback. And it'll be a quarterback draw. He hits the middle. And Hunter Watson, who is 6'3", 210. He's a load coming at you there. He's back inside the 45, inside the 40. They'll put him down at the 39-yard line. And they're 3rd and about 8 coming here now.
Leading tacklers for each team. Gaither has 10 already, Mike. Hughes leads the Gamecocks with 3.
2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. 3rd down. There are 8 yards to go at the 39 of the Gamecocks. Evans and Rockwell wide left. Wide right, you got Phoenix and Smith, the 2 receivers. Snap. And Watson going to step up. He'll run it again. 35-30, cut back to the 25. Falls ahead to about the 23. First down, Sam Houston.
Nice job by the quarterback that time to get what he could get. One thing, he is diving, but he did have a concussion just a few weeks ago, so I'm sure he's extra careful with that.
They're going to put him down at the 25-yard line, so he got 14 there. So back-to-back runs with a quarterback, and they're first down. And he's got pretty good wheels. Now they're going to line up and come tight here. He gets under center, quick count. They just barely got set. Toss pitch, and Ducker's got nowhere to go. J-Rock, another tackle behind the line of scrimmage. That'll give him 39.5 for his career, 4th most in the Jacksonville State uniform. 2-yard loss back to the 27. Toss sweep, but didn't fool anybody. 2nd and 12 coming.
Ducker with now 4 carries, about 30 yards.
They huddle up. And again, Rockwell wide right. Adeyi back in the game. Or check it, that's Phoenix wide right with Adeyi. Wide left, it's Evans. Ducker to the right of the quarterback. Bring a man in motion. They'll hand a Ducker inside. And again, Jacksonville State shuts it down in the middle. Reginald Hughes is there for the Gamecocks. And Jawan Campbell was also there. But it was Hughes, the linebacker, as we like to say, plugged the gap, plugged the hole there. A yard gain. They're 3rd and 11 from the Jacksonville State 26. 7-0. Gamecocks lead it. Second quarter, 10-10 to play in the first half. I don't know why the clock is not running here. Now it started back. 4 wide, 2 on each side of the field. A running back, Ducker to the left of the quarterback. Hunter Watson claps his hands 3 times, gets it, fires underneath route, a catch. And they hit him inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line, but he'll be shy of the first down. Where will they spot it? They got to get it to the 15. I think they're on the 17, 4th and about 2. And they will send the field goal team out there to try to get on the board. At least that's what we've seen. Christian Pavon checks in to try a field goal. Going to be roughly 34, 35 yards.
Noah Smith with that catch. He's the same guy that ran the ball just a minute ago.
They'll spot it at the 24. It's a 34-yard attempt. He's 0 for 1 between 30 and 39 on the season. Snap a little low, but got it set. The kick is up and right in the middle of the uprights. It was perfect. And they're on the board at 9:12 to go in the half. Sam Houston with a drive to get them on the board. Gamecock defense, though, holds them to a 3. A field goal and maintain the lead. 9:12 to play in the half. Jacksonville State 7, Sam Houston 3. Our broadcast presented by McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont. This is the Gamecock Sports Network.
Hey Gamecocks! September 29th, 2025 will mark 50 years of WLJS 91.9 FM. To celebrate this momentous achievement, the alumni of WLJS has set up a fundraiser to raise $50,000 for 50 years.
With less than 2 years to achieve this goal, time is a-ticking. Please consider donating to the fundraiser to continue supporting the station for decades to come.
More information can be found on our website at WLJS919.com.
Sports not only bring us together, they inspire us on our own health journeys. Whether we're walking an extra lap, crushing a new goal, or spending time with friends cheering in the stands, we all win when we feel healthier and happier. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama is a proud sponsor of athletic programs across the state. Because a healthier Alabama is a happier Alabama. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
Minutes, 53 seconds, time of possession. And they mixed up the run with the pass that time, didn't they?
They sure did, Mike. 2 of 2 throwing the ball, but only 4 yards out of that. Rushing the ball 6 times for 37, and the quarterback did a really nice job of, that'd be Watson, making a couple of first downs with his legs. Looking at total yards, 70 yards now for Sam Houston. Jack State almost doubling that with 137.
So it's 7-3 here. Second quarter. They'll kick it toward the field house here as they get Pavon out there to tee it up, kick it off.
As Huff will come back on the field in just a minute. 5 of 6 throwing the ball, 17 yards though, not a lot down the field. And of course Watson 4 of 8 for only 5 yards.
Since the opening drive when Jacksonville State moved it down against them, they've done a pretty good job against that Jacksonville State offense since.
Yeah, we had a little drive going a few minutes ago, and they held us on 4th down.
So Pavon will kick it. Petway back deep for Jacksonville State. And Gerard Bowie. And the kick will go toward Petway. Immediately signals fair catch and runs up. Got to run up to about the 12 to catch that one. But it's signaled fair catch, and the Gamecocks will take over at the 25, first down.
13,
he wanted to return that one, I can tell.
3 yards, though.
Oh, he was going to get to the 20 before anybody saw him.
I will say that's right. I just love to give you a hard time about that.
Rex Steiner, the receiver, across the way, wide left. You got Trips coming toward us wide right. Petway, Sean Brown, and Cam Vaughn split toward us wide right. Stewart to the right of the quarterback. Huff, 3-man front. They stick a linebacker in the gap, and a quarterback draw. Huff going to try the left side, and nothing there. No gain, 2nd and 10 coming.
See, I think we see him crowding that line of scrimmage right now, Mike, trying not to allow Huff especially to get loose inside.
Stewart to the left of Huff, now 3 wide. And Trey will touch this one. The lead block there to the 25 and out to the 30-yard line. He gets 5, does Trey Stewart, on the carry on his 13th tote of the day here. 3rd and 5, Gamecocks.
I believe that was Webb, wasn't it, on the block out there?
And Osteen had pulled and was leading the way as well. 3rd down, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Now Stewart in motion out of the backfield. Huff going to look underneath route, got it to Vaughn, and got hit, maybe got to the 35. Yep, he got enough for a first down. Jacksonville State, first catch of the day for Cam. It was only about a 2 or 3 yard gain, and he turned upfield and actually got hit and knocked ahead to the 35 and a first down.
6 receivers.
Hand off. Stewart knifing his way, finds his way through the middle of the pack in there to the 40 and out to the 45. Here's another Jacksonville State first down. That'll put him right at or over 60 yards, I should say. 10-yard gain there for Trey Stewart and a first down.
His 14th carry already.
Two receivers. Bowie, one of those wide left with Recksteiner. Vaughn wide right. Here they come on a blitz. Hand it to Stewart. To the corner, to the 50. He'll cross midfield and inside of their territory to the 46. 9 more for Trey. Second and a yard coming, Jacksonville State.
Sean Brown doing all he could to make that block to free him up to get a few extra yards. Good job by their defender.
2nd and 1. They bring the backers up. Huff going to ride it inside, and Stewart got hit. Maybe no gain. He got a half yard. It'll be 3rd and a half yard, Jacksonville State now. Well, they submarined inside that time. That was a big defensive lineman, Levon. Tush push time, everybody, except Rich Rod and K.C. Keeler in the middle of that pile down there. 7 minutes to go in a half, 3rd down, half yard. And Huff didn't go straight ahead. He stepped back and paused and then went in at right guard and right tackle. Behind Bubba Grayson and Cam Jones on that side and got 2 yards, they'll say officially, to the 46 and a first down.
But again, that offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage on that play.
3-man front, walk up a backer on the outside, got a backer in the middle threatening to come. And a safety man now, he drops back, does Weaver, back to his spot in the secondary. First down, the ball at their 44. 2 receivers right, 1 left. It'll go, no it won't, he'll pull it, Will Huff, and keep it. Faked the handoff that time to Stewart, kept it himself. Tried to dip back outside, not much there. Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 coming. Nose of the football right at the 42 of the Bearcats.
Trey Fields with a tackle. The linebacker again spying our quarterback.
This time it's 4 wide, 2 on each side of the field. Sean Brown and Cam Vaughn this way toward us. Bowie and Recksteiner split to the left side. Now Trey Stewart shifts, moves to the right of Tyler Huff. Gets the snap here from Harley. And he'll hand to Trey. 1-man miss. Oh, he made a man just stand still. He just froze him there. He just sort of dipped the shoulder left and paused and then came back to the right. And the guy didn't know what to do. Trey's inside the 40, ahead to the 38. He got 4, and the Gamecocks looking at 3rd and about 4 now. And this is 4-down territory,
no
obviously.
question, yeah.
3rd and 4 coming, Jacksonville State. Trey knocking on the door of 100 yards. Now you got a 20 set with a second running back in there to the left of Huff. It is Sean Brown, and he'll lead the way, and Huff's got room. 30, Huff 20, Huff to the 10. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Sean Brown led the way. Terrific block. And a touchdown run, and it's 13-3. Jacksonville State leads.
If you noticed on that previous short yardage situation, they sent everybody in the middle. That's exactly what they did again. But he pulled it that time. And
Sean Brown, great block there.
Tremendous block. That was the difference of the play.
He led the way. He was lined up to the left of the quarterback and 20 set, 2-back set. And Huff got untouched to the end zone then. Ripa's kick is up. Boy, that's a howitzer shot through there, wasn't it? That wasn't one of those high kicks, man. He drilled that thing through there.
Set the fireworks off.
14-3 after the Huff touchdown run of 38 yards. Jacksonville State with the lead after the nice drive to get the points and increase the advantage here over the Bearcats from Sam Houston State. A Jack State Army ROTC touchdown. Did you know that Army ROTC cadets get paid for attending college? To learn more, contact ROTC at jsu.edu or visit goarmy.com/ROTC. 14-3, Gamecocks lead. This is Jacksonville State football, powered by McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont on the Gamecock Sports Network.
Arrived in Philadelphia, local time.
They're underway. Williams Stadium just getting started up there, Liberty, West Kentucky. And 8:45 to go second quarters. We check the Alabama Power scoreboard. Indiana 7, Ohio State nothing in the second quarter. Go Hoosiers, right? Miami leads Wake Forest 17-14 second quarter. Ole Miss in Florida 7-7 second quarter. SMU 7-0 lead over Virginia. Georgia just tied up UMass, who had taken the 7-0 lead. Dogs scored, and I know somebody over there today is real happy right now. 7-7 the score, Georgia, between the hedges in Athens against UMass. Those scores on the Alabama Power scoreboard.
Mike, this has been a pretty fast game so far, but only 2 penalties assessed against each team. This drive, passing 3 of 6 for 33 yards for Watson.
3rd down 3. Hunter Watson, 2 receivers to the left. Now you'll bring a man in motion out of the backfield to the left. You got a tight end to the right side. Now a man in motion back to the right. All kinds of movement. Oh, that is the running back Ducker who got the snap in the Wildcat. They needed 3. He got 2. It'll be 4th and a yard at the Gamecock. Well, actually, they spotted at the 24, so it's 4th and 2. Call it 4th and 2 now at the 24. Watson back in the game. He'll get the snap. 2 receivers left. Gamecock shifting, snap and a fake. And they're going for the home run for the touchdown, and it's way over everybody's head. Evans trying to dive and act like maybe he got interfered with. 4th and 2. They throw a pass, and they don't throw a pass to get a first down. They try to get a touchdown out of it, and it goes incomplete. And Jacksonville State, with 1:25 to go in the half, going to get it back here.
I believe that was Fred Davis in coverage.
It was Poyser.
Poyser.
Okay. There was some contact, but the ball way overthrown. So the Gamecocks will take over. Strange call, wasn't it? Was it to you on 4th and 2 like that?
You know, we did that not too long ago, and it worked for a touchdown about 2 games ago. So it's a strange call unless it works, and then it's a genius play. So, and I think that as far as the field goal would go, you know, I don't think they're going to swap.
Well, no, I just didn't like the call. Yeah. Instead of trying, 2 yards, they've run the ball with pretty good here in the first half.
They knew it was man-to-man coverage.
I guess that was it. Had him on an island out there with him. So I just thought if they did something, just a quick slant, short out route to get the first down. A little rub route action possibly there. So.
Yeah, right now we can testify that would have been the better thing to do.
One more kick in the regular season for the Gamecocks. Next Saturday up in Bowling Green, Kentucky, taking on the Hilltoppers of WKU, Western Kentucky. We'll be on there with you at 2 o'clock next Saturday. Kickoff time's at 3. I'm just glad we're not playing in Cleveland Thursday night like the snow they had in that game the other night.
That's true. 1:25 remaining in the first half. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Jacksonville State gets the ball back at about the 24-yard line. That's a
minute 25 and 3 timeouts is like 5 minutes for Rich Rodriguez.
I mean, we've seen it over and over and over where they're able to get some points. And again, we talk about momentum going in at halftime. We'll see what happens here.
Update you, Alabama Power scoreboard. Boo. Buckeyes have tied up Indiana. 7-7 in Columbus, Ohio State. SMU is 9-1 and 6-0 in the ACC. They just scored again, pending the extra point. They lead at Virginia 13-0. Rutgers leads Illinois 10-3. That's the second quarter score.
SMU giving Rhett Lashley an extension on his contract.
UTEP in Tennessee, minute into the game, no score. Go Miners. First down at the 24-yard line, Jacksonville State. Recksteiner to the left, Petway wide right on this side over here with Cam Vaughn. Snap to Huff, and he'll hand it off. And Stewart ahead for 5 more. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming, Jacksonville State. Trey getting a workout for a guy who didn't practice much in the week.
Weren't sure about his status.
That's 18 carries already in the first half for him. He had 34, 2 weeks ago in that game?
He did, and he also has 1 catch today.
2nd down, 5, clock running. He got 7, 2nd and 3. Huff fakes and pulls it. First down to the 35 and ran over a guy. Weaver, the safety man, got him, but not before he rolled over him for an additional 3 yards to the 40. Clock continues to run. Gamecocks with the ball, first down at the 40, leading 14-3 late in the half here. 45 seconds in the half. 4 wide receivers. Huff fakes, pulls it out, and keeps it. And the gain there, only a yard. Take a timeout. No, they're not. Going to let it keep going here. 3 timeouts and hadn't taken one yet for the Gamecocks. 2nd down, 9. Huff got a yard on that play. Trying to go quickly, down to 25 seconds in the half. Snap to Tyler. He'll fake, pull it out underneath route, and a catch here by Barrick to the 45, and they'll spin him around. They're going to wind the clock, and the Gamecocks, did they take a timeout?
Well, there's an injured player as well. 7 different receivers now catching a pass from Tyler Huff today.
Well, the Gamecocks not in any hurry here. Have not used any of the timeouts. They got an injured man down, and we only have 12 seconds in the half.
That's basically 2 plays.
So they take a look at their injured man on the field.
Huff 7 of 8 throwing the ball. 22 yards.
Barrick caught one last week. Got another one today. What's that, 5 on the season for him? And their injured player.
Jack State has elected to not choose a 10-second subtraction for the defensive injury. The clock will start on the ready for.
Kendrick DeJour, young man out of Jonesboro, Georgia. And the Gamecocks have taken a timeout here. That's their first of the half. But again, just 12 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah. I don't know.
Timeout. Jack State. That's their first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
The number one priority is not to give the ball back to Sam Houston in this first half. But usually the pedal is on the metal.
I guess that's what's surprising about this. Hadn't pushed it, I guess is the best way to put it. Stepped on it here. So 12 seconds in the half. Leading it 14-3 is Jacksonville State. Trying to get the Gamecocks out there. They keep blowing the whistles. Now here we come. Rex Steiner and Petway to the left. It is 3rd down for the Gamecocks. 3rd and 3 here. Empty set. Huff. 3 receivers to his left, the wide side of the field, and 2 receivers to the right. Tyler the snap, and he will throw on 3rd down. Down the middle, Vaughn wide open, and he dropped it at the 20-yard line. He was trying to run and get to the end zone before he caught it. He was behind 2 guys, and he dropped it perfectly right in there at the 20, and Cam couldn't hang on. 4th and 3, Jacksonville State.
But that's why down to 12 seconds.
How do you let I can't believe, how do you the defense, he just gave a little move inside.
Yeah. Timeout. Jack State.
That was definitely
that's their second timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
They were probably going to get him at the 15 or so, but you had obviously time there. I don't know, and he could have broken the tackle and scored a touchdown possibly.
Yeah.
Oh,
plenty of time for a Hail Mary here.
Yeah, that's happened earlier this year, hasn't it?
Yeah. Huff now 7 of 9 throwing the ball. 14 carries, 119 yards. Stewart, 18 carries, 86 yards. Jack State with 235 total yards, 207 on the ground.
So 4th and 3. They're going to put 4 guys at the goal line. Well, you leave the door unlocked, anybody just walks into place here. Gamecocks' final play of the half. Huff to throw it. Oh, he is in trouble in a hurry and going to get sacked. And they may have time to do something here at the end of the half. Let's see. He got sacked at the 35. Is that the end of the half? The clock ran
Please
out.
reset the game clock to 2 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 2 seconds.
That's what I thought, that there was time left. So they got a chance, if they want to try a field goal here. They sacked Huff back around the Jacksonville State 35. So they get a chance at a field goal. Pavon is 52 is his career best, and he will get a shot at a 52, 53-yard field goal here. They blitzed coming after him, and he had no chance to try to throw it. That was their first sack of the half, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, their first. Where's the ball? Still waiting for the officials to spot it here. It's at the 33, so about a 50-yard field goal here. Is what we're going to have, somewhere right around that.
He's had 1 block this season. He had missed coming into today, 5 of the last 7, but he did hit the one earlier today.
The ball is in the middle of the field. They are still huddled up. They've started the 25-second play clock. But they're still talking in the huddle.
They can take a timeout.
Yeah, and they may do that. I don't know if they've realized the play clock. I think they're going to take a timeout. Casey Wheeler on the far side over there standing next to the official. And they'll take the timeout with 1 on the play clock.
Timeout. Sam Houston. That's their first time out of the half.
Well, this is
could
be a big momentum swing here. Plus, they get the ball back to start the third quarter.
That's right. But why would you wait and let that clock run down to 1 before you take the timeout?
Give them more time in the huddle over there.
Just say, go kick a field goal.
Shenanigans. They may try a fake here or something. Possibly.
Throwing it up in the dirt.
Oh, man. Using those rubber pellets down there to do something here. So the sack, a loss of 14 yards here at the Jacksonville State 33. Gamecocks last week perfect on 4th down. Today they're perfect, but the wrong direction. They're 0 for 2. And they're not going to try the field goal, which is interesting to me. They're going to try to hit a home run.
Yep.
So they're first down at the Jacksonville State 33-yard line. It would be a 51-yard field goal attempt or so from here, 50 to 51. 3 receivers, now 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hunter Watson to throw. Rolling right, going to air it out, fires toward the end zone, and it's batted down and incomplete. They had a guy diving. It was batted down trying to get underneath it there.
That's the end of the first half.
But to no avail.
For the sideline guy that's getting ready to talk to Rich Rod, I'm glad for him that happened.
That would have been no fun. Are they doing an interview with him at halftime? I don't think so. I don't see anything going on out there. Ooh, that would not have been fun. Halftime here at Burgess Snow Field at Amherst Stadium. 14-3. Gamecocks in the lead here as they're on top of the Bearcats of Sam Houston State. A win for Jacksonville State clinches a share of the regular season title. Gives them a spot in the conference championship game December the 6th. A win today and a Liberty win over Western Kentucky, and the Gamecocks are the conference champs and would host the championship game on Friday, December the 6th. We got a lot at stake in the last 30 minutes. We'll recap the first half and talk about all of it coming up here on our halftime report. 14-3 at halftime. Jacksonville State leading the Bearcats from Sam Houston State. This is Jacksonville State football, fueled by McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont. Local owners serving the local community. This is a Gamecock Sports Network.
True crime series and podcasts are huge right now. Seems like everyone is interested. And Jacksonville State University offers you a path to be a hero against true crime with criminal justice and forensic investigation degrees. The vast employment opportunities in the field are rapidly growing, and Jack State is setting the standard when it comes to producing criminal justice professionals. If your goal is to make communities safer, serve victims in the courtroom, or bring evidence together through forensics, start your journey at Jacksonville State University. Investigate more at jsu.edu/criminaljustice.
I'm Mike Rogers, and I approve this message. My wife Beth and I are proud graduates of Jacksonville State University. Our time in school at JSU gave us not only a wonderful education, but a college experience that helped mold us into the people we are today. Jack State is known for its outstanding academic and athletic programs and a beautiful campus. I'm proud to support JSU, and I hope all the students, teachers, faculty, and alumni will join me in cheering Go Gamecocks. Paid for by Mike Rogers for Congress.
Today's Gamecock Sports broadcast is brought to you in part by Young Oil, operators of the Grub Mart stores. They currently have 13 stores in Northeast and Central Alabama with new locations coming soon. Gas, groceries, beverages, and secure transactions at the pump are all staples of your Grub Mart store. The Young family has been involved with Jacksonville State for approximately 75 years. We thank them for their longtime loyal support of Jack State and Gamecock athletics. Young Oil, Grub Mart stores.
Hey listeners, September 28, 2025 will mark 50 years of WLJS 91.9 FM. To celebrate this momentous achievement, alumni students who started it all have set up a fundraiser to raise $50,000 for 50 years. With less than 2 years to achieve this goal, time is a ticking. Consider donating to the fundraiser to continue supporting the station for decades to come. More information can be found on our website, WLJS919.com.
This Gamecock Sports Network presentation is brought to you by Alabama Power, America's first federal credit union, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, Congressman Mike Rogers, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Grub Mart Stores, Hampton Inn of Jacksonville.
We welcome you back, Burgess Snowfield, Empire Stadium. Southerners with their halftime performance getting cranked up here. 14-3, Gamecocks on top here at the half. Our halftime report is presented by our friends at Chick-fil-A. What's better than game day? Game day with the Gamecocks and a Chick-fil-A nugget tray. Order online today. Our next home event will be Monday night. Women's basketball at home, 7:30 tip against the ladies from Sewanee. Go online, place your order for that nugget tray. Feed the folks before you get here. Bring it with you. Eat it at the Coliseum watching the ladies in action. Chick-fil-A of Jacksonville, proud partners of Jacksonville State Athletics. They won the toss, deferred to the second half. Kick it off, and Jacksonville State would motor it down the field. 14 plays, 75 yards for the touchdown. As you don't want a headset? Come on, man. 14 plays, 75 yards, 5 minutes, 15 seconds. Tyler Huff, 3-yard touchdown run. He runs it like that old guy that just walked in the booth used to run it in the old days, running the wishbone. 7-0 lead there after Ripa hit the PAT. They go 3 and out. Jacksonville State went 3 and out. Then on their second series, they come back down the field with a 9-play, 41-yard drive. Took almost 5 minutes off the clock. They get a 34-yard field goal from Christian Papad to get them on the board. And they led 7-3 at that point in time. Jacksonville State would come back with another drive of 75 yards. This time 10 plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes and 58 seconds. And it was Tyler Huff again with the honors. His second TD of the day and his 12th of the season. 38 yards on to the house. He has over 100 yards rushing on the day. And it's a half. It is 14-3. Jacksonville State with a lead over the Bearcats of Sam Houston State. We'll run down some scores from the other games. We come back with more of our Chick-fil-A halftime report. This is the Gamecock Sports Network.
Sports not only bring us together, they inspire us on our own health journeys. Whether we're walking an extra lap, crushing a new goal, or spending time with friends cheering in the stands, we all win when we feel healthier and happier. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama is a proud sponsor of athletic programs across the state. Because a healthier Alabama is a happier Alabama. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
Hey Gamecocks! Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or, to better describe it, the elephant in the room that is not talked about enough. Seasonal depression. This time of year brings out the best and the worst in people due to stress from the holidays, family, school, and to top it off, the weather becomes cold and colorless. If you find yourself feeling sad or unmotivated this season, reach out to a trusted friend.
JSU counseling services are available for support for your convenience. Counselors are available after hours and on weekends. JSU also offers safety and wellness courses. You can check out some information on their website about their groups and U Lifeline, which is a great online resource for the mental health struggles of college students. All of these resources can be found at jsu.edu/counseling/You Matter.
Before we went to the break a moment ago, someone in the booth used to run a wishbone pretty well. The reunion of the 89 team, David Gullich, the starting quarterback on that squad. He can run a little bit in the day. He could handle it.
He had that long stride. He didn't look like he was running fast, but he was outrunning everybody.
Like a deer running.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
14-3 at the half. Welcome you back to Burgess Snowfield and First Stadium and our Chick-fil-A halftime report. Catch up on some other games. They are underway. 4:15 to go in the half at Liberty. And it's no score. Nothing in that one. We are Liberty fans today, folks. UTEP at Tennessee up in Knoxville. 7 minutes to go first quarter. Miners and the Volunteers scoreless there. New Mexico State's at Middle Tennessee later today. Kennesaw State hosting FIU. Those games still to come. Now, check some other scores here, some top 25 college football scores. Ole Miss in Florida, 14-14 in the second quarter down in Gainesville. Boy, Napier, that'd be a nice win there, if they could somehow pull that
Had
off.
a big win last week.
Yeah. Brian Kelly didn't enjoy it too much. Indiana, Ohio State still tied 7-7. Miami late in the half leads Wake Forest 17-14. SMU a 14-0 lead over Virginia. That's late in the first half up in Charlottesville. Georgia and UMass tied 7-7 first quarter in Athens. Some other games coming up. Kentucky out at Texas. If the Wildcats can give the Longhorns a battle out there today. BYU, Arizona State, huge game in the Big 12. Penn State, Minnesota, Big 10 play later today. Missouri and the fighting Tony Schmitz, Mississippi State, Missouri later today in Stark Vegas. And this one could be interesting. Notre Dame and Army playing at Yankee Stadium, 6 o'clock kickoff for that one tonight. Boise State at Wyoming, Alabama and Oklahoma tonight. Texas A&M's down at Auburn. That's a scary game to me for A&M down there tonight. You never know. Crazy things happen during here on
Stranger things have happened.
So let's run down to some of the scores here at the half. Jacksonville State leads this one 14-3, half away from clinching at least a share of the Conference USA regular season title. Ray's going to run down all the numbers from the first half. He'll get you going, check you through the numbers from the first half of this one. Jacksonville State 14-3 lead. This is the Gamecock Sports Network.
The nationally recognized Jacksonville State University College of Business and Industry is ready for the future. Are you? Cutting-edge technologies, successful business growth, crafting messages that stand out. We're teaching all that and more. Gain real-world experience with quality internships and gain access to a growing network of alumni and businesses ready to hire. Programs are accredited and will prepare you to be an engineer in the factory or a C-suite exec. Level up your future with a bachelor's or graduate degree from Jack State's College of Business and Industry. Learn more at jsu.edu/business.
If you're a single man under the age of 35, you'd probably like to know what the ladies are looking for on an online dating site. A guy who had a few drinks and later got pulled over for buzzed driving. See, that could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And doesn't a guy who's back living with his parents but calls them my roommates just scream Mr. Right?
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey y'all, I'm Riley Green. While performing keeps me busy on the road, Alabama is where I was born and raised, and it will always bring me back home to vote. Writing songs allows me to use my voice to tell my story. You too can make your voice heard by registering to vote and obtaining a government-issued photo.
Halftime, Jacksonville State University 14, Sam Houston 3. Ray Hammett bringing you all the halftime stats. Jacksonville State first downs 13-7 over Sam Houston. Rushing yards, this is the big story of the day. We talked about the biggest factor today would be the Jacksonville State offensive line going against Sam Houston's very fine defense. And Jacksonville State's had their way pretty much running the ball. 34 carries, 193 yards. They only give up an average of 124 yards per game. So the Gamecocks doing a great job in that first half. 78 yards rushing for Sam Houston. Passing only 38 yards for Sam Houston, but only 28 yards for the Gamecocks. Offense total, 31 plays for Sam Houston, 43 plays for Jacksonville State, 116 yards for the Cats. The Gamecocks at 221 yards. Penalties, only 2 penalties have been assessed against each team. 10 yards against Sam Houston. Jack State with 15 yards assessed. Breaking news, folks. Jacksonville State has more time of possession than Sam Houston. Is 16-14 for the Gamecocks here in the first half. 13-46 for the Bearcats. Third down conversions. Both teams doing pretty good with this. 4 of 8 for Sam Houston. Jack State 6 of 9. Neither team's done worth a flip on fourth down conversions. Sam Houston is 0 of 1. Jack State 0 of 2. In the red zone, both teams are a perfect 1 of 1. Giving you the individual stats. Rushing the ball, Hunter Watson, the quarterback, had 7 carries and a net 33 yards to lead the Bearcats. He's averaging 4.7 yards per carry. Jay Ducker, the starting running back, had 6 running plays, 32 net yards, and he's averaging 5.3 yards per carry. And Noah Smith, that's thrown the ball, caught the ball, and run the ball, is 1 carry for 7. And DJ McKinney, the other running back, 1 for 6. Tyler Huff leading the Gamecocks, 15 rushes, 105 net yards, 2 touchdowns, and has averaged 7 yards per carry. Trey Smith, the running back, 18 carries, 86 yards, and is averaging 4.8 yards per carry. Both quarterbacks have got pretty good completion averages, just not a lot of yards to go with it. Hunter Watson, 7 of 13 for Sam Houston, 38 yards, and Tyler Huff, 7 of 9 for the Gamecocks, only 28 yards, but had a missed opportunity late in the half with a pass that may have gone in for a touchdown that was not caught. Receiving, Noah Smith has 3 catches to lead the Bearcats, 35 yards. Simeon Evans has 2 catches for a -5 yards. Jordan McCants has 1 catch, as well as Trey Stewart, Jacob Barrett, and Michael Petway, all with 1 catch on the game. Jason Cardell, 2 punts for 37.5 yards with a long 41. Jack Dawson with 1 punt. It might have been his shortest of the year at 30 yards. Tackles, Gaither leads with 11 tackles, and Trey Fields with 9, and Weaver with 8 for the Bearcats. Jacksonville State's led by Reginald Hughes, 5, as well as Poyser, 5. Curly Young and Fred Perry each added 4. And as both teams come back out, I do want to talk a little bit about this, Mike. I've mentioned a time or two already about Jacksonville State coming out at the end of the third quarter, at the beginning of the third quarter, at the end of the half, just kind of sluggish the last 2 games. In the first 5 drives in the last 7 games, which we've had the winning streak, the first 5 games, we had 15 touchdowns in those 5 drives. 1 field goal, only punted once, and had 3 turnovers. In the last 2 games, we only had 2 touchdowns, gave up 5 punts, and had 3 turnovers. So this is going to be a critical area for the Gamecocks. Again, we talk about who wins that first 5 minutes in a close game. I would call this a close game, and Sam Houston gets the ball to start the second half.
They've outscored opponents 72-52 in the third quarter games this year. Jacksonville State, even with the woes they've had the last 2 weeks, still have outscored opponents, 89-39 in the third quarter of games this year.
That is correct.
Gamecocks lead at 14-3. Our halftime report presented by Chick-fil-A. What's better than game day? Game day with the Gamecocks and a Chick-fil-A nugget tray. Go online, place an order for our next home event, which is the women's basketball game. Monday night, 7:30, Pete Matthews Coliseum against Sewanee. Chick-fil-A, Jacksonville, proud partners, JSU Athletics. 14-3. Gamecocks lead, and they have to kick it off. This third quarter play. Hammock hit the wrong button over there. 14-3. Gamecocks with a lead. Both teams back out, getting themselves ready for this final half of football. And we'll get to it when we come back right after this timeout on the Gamecock Sports Network.
Stay healthy so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after the plane lands? You can have that feeling every time you drive. Make sure your cell phone is stowed away whenever you are behind the wheel.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but being there in person is priceless. That's why Jacksonville State University wants to invite you to discover the friendliest campus in the South. Nestled in the beautiful foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, Jack State offers a variety of opportunities to foster success both inside and outside of the classroom. With over 101 academic programs and our diverse student population, we want you to be the next addition to the Gamecock family. Schedule a campus visit to Jack State today at jsu.edu/visit.
Everything up, get through with our post-game stuff. We head to Daytona Beach. Jacksonville State basketball in the final game of that multi-team MTE event. The Gamecocks will be in action somewhere right around 2:30 this afternoon. And we'll get you down there and get you caught up what's going on with them as they look for a second win in 3 games down there. Tough loss yesterday for the Gamecocks. Toledo held them off. Had a 3-point shot, chance to win. There at the end, Toledo hangs on to wins it by a score of 82-80. Stamps a winning streak for Jacksonville State of 3 in a row. So they'll face James Madison later on this afternoon, somewhere right around 2:30. Eli Gold will have all the coverage, all the call of that one. And we'll get it down to him when we finish up here with this matchup today between Jacksonville State and Sam Houston State. Gamecocks will have to kick it off, start the third quarter.
Very, very important start to the second half for both of these teams. Sam Houston with the first opportunity with the ball.
Talking to the folks, if you're in the sunshine, not too bad down there. If you're in the shade, a little cooler, I think.
Yeah, most of the home side, the red seats are all in the shade, I guess. Crowd is built a little bit down in the end zone.
Yeah.
It's good.
Not many students on campus with Thanksgiving break.
They're closed next week.
Here comes Ripa. Line drive, bouncing kick, and grabbed at the goal line on the bounce as it went through the middle. Back to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, and around the 32-yard line, there's a flag that comes in. On the return was Zach Urbacek, redshirt junior out of Troy, Texas. Is any place with a name? Well, never mind. Urbacek on the return. And let's see. I think they will talk it over. That flag was thrown. Was it the umpire that threw the flag? I guess it was.
Yes.
Holding. Receiving team, number 13. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
They're at the 22-yard line.
They lost 3 yards. If they'd have just let it go in the end zone.
Well, it was bouncing. He'd had a tough time letting it go in the end zone.
He was standing at the goal line.
It might have bounced the other way away from him.
Here we go.
Trips right. They put a man in motion now back to the left side. That's Smith, and then he'll stop, come back right, fake the handoff to him. Watson's going to keep it. A little hole across the 25 to the 30. He got 8. It'll be 2nd and 2 now for them.
Watson's done a really nice job. That's his 8th carry. That's going to give him about 40 yards. Ducker, the starting tailback, has 6 carries.
Now they go 2 receivers left, 1 right. Gamecocks, 3-man front. Watson to throw. Coming down the sideline, and a nice catch. Turning around and reaching back. Evans caught it, they say, at the 45, 46-yard line. Davis right there with him. But a gain of 16 and a first down for them.
Well, it was a perfect pass. It was a back shoulder pass. It was extremely well thrown, and then a great catch on top of that. Coverage was right there.
Gamecocks, 3-man front. Low snap, but he went down and got it. Hands off to Ducker, and not much there. Line of scrimmage to 48 as he just sort of went sideways there at line of scrimmage. And a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Jawan Campbell doing a great job that time, penetrating the line of scrimmage, going down behind the line, and then making that tackle.
Campbell, Carter, and Swain, that front 3 for the Gamecocks. They shift guys. Now they come 2 receivers right with a wing right and a receiver left. Watson fakes, going to throw it. Blitz coming, and he spun and got away. and he's got across midfield with a carry to the Jacksonville State 47 is where the 48. Where are you going to put it there, Mr. Official? Right around call it the 47. It's a 48, so they're 3rd and 4 now.
A couple of times already he's been able to get away from that rush. He didn't seem to be real nimble, but he's making some things happen.
Fred Perry was coming from the outside, and he got away from Reginald Hughes, who was coming right at him. 3rd down, they bring Ducker back in the backfield. Line him up to the left of the quarterback. 3rd and 4, trips right, wide out left here for Sam Houston. Gamecocks bring a man up. They don't blitz him, though. They go with the 3-man front. Watson going to keep it and run it. Got a first down. Eluded Hughes and got a first down inside the 30 or inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. He got 9 for them, and they extend the possession, extend the drive here.
Hughes, one of the best tacklers we have, and that's a couple of times that he's come up short.
Two receivers left, two receivers right. Ball at the 39. Ball in the middle of the field. The linebackers this time in a gap. They'll fake on the handoff to the motion man Smith. And J-Rock Swain stays right with Watson. Knocked him down after he got 3 to the 36. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Pretty good drive started here by Sam Houston on the beginning of the second half.
Hughes, Hale, and McCray, the linebackers. Davis at a corner. Latimer a corner. Poyser, Perry, and Carter in the secondary for Jacksonville State. 2nd down, 7. 2nd and 7. Might be changing the play here as they look at it. Play clock down to 3, down to 2. Watson the snap. And going to pull it out and keep it. Campbell got him from the backside. Held on to the jersey like he was pulling him back. Tug a rope or something. And held on to him. The gain was 2 to the 34. Now they're 3rd and 5 at the Gamecock 34.
If that was a tearaway like we used to have in the old days, he's still running.
Why'd they do away with those?
I think it took too much time to change them out, and probably money.
Money, that's a big thing. 3rd and 5 with 3 receivers and the tight end, Sohn, the former swimmer, just off the line of scrimmage as well. Now they move Ducker to the right of the quarterback, Watson. 3rd and 5, Hunter Watson. Little delay, going to hand it off to Ducker. Got hit, but he fights and he got just shy of the sticks. They're 4th at about a half yard at the Gamecock 29.5-yard line.
5 of 10 in 3rd down conversions, 0 of 1 on 4th down.
So they bring their heavy package, extra offensive linemen in. The Gamecocks will come with Ricky Samuel, Darrell Porter, and Dylan Brown.
Jack State's been pretty good on these 4th and short situations.
4th and short. They bring a man in motion across the field. Now he'll stop and go back to the other side where he was, Evans will. They go from the shotgun. Gamecocks still shifting guys around. Hand it to Ducker, and he's got the first down. He got underneath Campbell, and he got it ahead to the 37. About officially will probably go as 3 yards, and a first down for them.
On 4th down conversions, they are now 11 of 16 on the season, so not a bad rate there.
And they keep that extra offensive lineman in there. Tight end, 2 tight ends, an extra old lineman, 1 wide receiver to the left. They'll run Wildcat. Ducker the snap, going to keep it. Campbell again there to get a piece of it. Ricky Samuel helped him out on that play. The gain was 3 to the Jacksonville State 24-yard line, 2nd and 7.
You know, when they make that shift, they make it very obvious it's going to be a Wildcat-type play, which I think limits you a little bit.
Garen Stansberry in for Jacksonville State at a defensive end. He replaces Campbell. 2nd and 7. They take time off the clock. 9 minutes to play 3rd quarter. They've had the ball the whole time here on this drive. Fake the end around. Watson going to keep it and cut inside, get knocked down. He got 3 to the 21. They are 3rd and 4 again here. Fred Perry coming up, I think, was the guy that got him. So another 3rd down conversion. They're 5 of 10 today, 3rd down conversion attempts.
It's been an impressive drive so far. Gamecocks need to come up big defensively here on this 3rd down.
This will be 12th. This will be play number 12 of the drive. Two receivers to the short side of the field, right side of the offense. A receiver to the far side. Bring a man in motion, fake, and he'll keep, and he's got a first down, and he's headed to the 10, to the 5. Hunter Watson, touchdown run as he kept it himself, 21-yard touchdown run. Faked the handoff on 3rd and 4. And all of a sudden it is 14-9, a brand new ball game here as they take the football down the field. And a drive that lasted almost 7 minutes to get them to the end zone.
Faked the jet sweep that time, and again, a well-designed play, number one. It was well executed, number two.
Looks like they're going to line up, try to tack 2 on here to cut it to a field goal possession game here. They'll go for 2. A ball at the 3-yard line. 2 receivers just off the line of scrimmage to the left. Watson with snap, drops to throw. Now he's going to run it, and he'll get to the end zone. Missed tackle again. He got away from Hughes and got to the end zone, and they cut it to 14-11 here. Wow. 8:16 to go third quarter. Brand new ball game. Sam Houston right back in it. 14-11. Jacksonville State with a lead. Our broadcast fueled up by our friends at McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont. This is a Gamecock Sports Network.
Hey listeners, September 28, 2025 will mark 50 years of WLJS 91.9 FM. To celebrate this momentous achievement, alumni students who started it all have set up a fundraiser to raise $50,000 for 50 years. With less than 2 years to achieve this goal, time is a ticking. Consider donating to the fundraiser to...
With new locations coming soon. Gas, groceries, beverages, and secure transactions at the pump are all staples of your Grub Mart store. The Young family has been involved with Jacksonville State for approximately 75 years. We thank them for their longtime loyal support of Jack State and Gamecock Athletics. Young Oil, Grub Mart stores.
Nice drive for the Bearcats. 12 plays, 78 yards, 6 minutes, 37 seconds time of possession. Kept the defense out there. And Hunter Watson with a 21-yard touchdown run. His 7th of the season. Then he runs it in on the 2-point play. And it's 14-11 here. Long way to go in this one. But the momentum on the side of the Bearcats now.
No doubt about it. Hunter Watson is 6'3", 210. He doesn't look real nimble, so to speak, but people are having a real hard time tackling him. And some of our best tacklers have missed him 2 or 3 times in that drive. And so it's important now that the offense be able to come out and answer that, even if it's a field goal right now. But again, we talked at the halftime about, being a little sluggish coming out after halftime, and it's important the offense be on their best as far as being able to drive it back down the field.
So Pavon will tee it up. He does like he's done the first couple of times, and he will, between the X and the hash marks toward the far side of the field. You got Petway to the far side, Bowie to the near side, closest to us here. As the Gamecocks go on offense, or about to go on offense for the first time here in this third quarter. The lead now at 14-11. Pavon forward. Here he comes. Line drive, Saley kick to the far side. Petway, it bounces, and he's going to return it from the 2 to the near side of the 10, to the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, to the 36-yard line. Plus 11 on that one, Hammond. No flags on the play. Plus 11. Start at the 36. Good return, Petway. About 34 yards. Found some room in the middle of the field between the hashes.
We'll give him a clap there.
And one of the...
And I think he really didn't have much choice there as it was bouncing in the field, just like we talked about on the last one for them. But he didn't know what it was going to do, so he made the right play.
Just the 5th kickoff return of the year for Jacksonville State. A receiver, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Snap to Huff. He'll go to Stewart. Boy, they were waiting on him as he got there. Line of scrimmage was the 35-yard line. He got almost 2. See where our umpire will spot it here. It's only a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
See, their defensive end crashed that time, made that play.
Snap, and Huff going to pull it. And they stunted the Gaither, the linebacker, and he's there to get him. And it's going to be 3rd and long here, Jacksonville State.
And they are pumped up, are the Bearcats.
The loss is 3 yards back to the 33 for Jacksonville State. Now they're 3rd and 12 of the Gamecocks. Petway and McCants to the right. Brown comes wide left with P.J. Wells here. One back set. That is Perry. Now he's in motion, or Stewart, I should say, in motion. Huff to throw. Wheel route. Far side. Trey out there. Can't get to it. Reached up and got a hand on it, but couldn't bring it in. And the Gamecocks will go 3 and out to start the 3rd quarter. And they're going to get the ball right back here in a hurry.
Jalen Jimerson in the coverage that time. That was the wheel route. It's one of the hardest plays to cover in college or in any football. And Jimerson was in perfect position on Trey Stewart.
Second punt of the day, Dawson, the first one, only 34 yards. 4th and 12. No pressure. High kick, turnover ball. Fair catch signaled Evans right around the 25-yard line to haul this one in. 24-25. They're going to put it, I think, at the 25. So that will be a 42-yard kick, no return, right at his average on the season. But they're at the 25, down by just a field goal here at 7:06 to go, 3rd quarter. 14-11, Jacksonville State leads it. This is Jacksonville State football, fueled by McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont, the Gamecock Sports Network.
Learn how to get elementary and high school students moving with Jacksonville State University. Physical education can be fun, and it can help establish an early active lifestyle. The Health and Physical Education Teacher Education Program courses align with our state and national physical education standards. Jack State gets you involved early and often in classroom environments to hone your skills. You'll learn tons of activities to teach, from basketball to Pilates, and yes, there's even a pickleball class. Jacksonville State University's Health and Physical Education Teacher Education Program. Learn more at jsu.edu.
I'm Mike Rogers, and I approve this message. My wife Beth and I are proud graduates of Jacksonville State University. Our time in school at JSU gave us not only a wonderful education, but a college experience that helped mold us into the people we are today. Jack State is known for its outstanding academic and athletic programs and a beautiful campus. I'm proud to support JSU, and I hope all the students, teachers, faculty, and alumni will join me in cheering Go Gamecocks. Paid for by Mike Rogers for Congress.
We welcome you back, Burgess Snowfield, Amherst Stadium. Miss Maddie producing the broadcast. Ray Hammett to my left. I'm Mike Paris. Alabama Power Scoreboard update. Liberty just went 92 yards after Western Kentucky had taken a 7-0 lead. Billy Lucas, a 2-yard touchdown run. And they've tied it up at 7-7 with 9.5 minutes to play in the first half in their contest. Middle Tennessee, New Mexico State, moments away from kicking off their game. Kennesaw State, Florida International over at 5th Third Bank Stadium, about ready to get it going. Some other scores. Tennessee is just taking the lead at early 2nd quarter. They lead the Miners of UTEP by a score of 7-0. Georgia now leads 21-7 late first half over UMass. Over in Athens, Miami 20-14 on top of Wake Forest in the 3rd quarter. Halftime in Columbus, Ohio State 14, Indiana 7, Ole Miss, Florida at the half, tied 14-14. Started the 3rd quarter in Charlottesville, SMU with a 17-0 lead over the Virginia Cavaliers.
Mike, it's really been a clean game here. Only 3 penalties against the Bearcats. Jack State with 2 and no turnovers.
To this point. They get it first down here on the near side hash at the 25. 2 receivers plus a wingback to the right side. Now they'll shift and move the 1 receiver and the tight end, that H-back to the left side, just off the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers left. They'll hand it off to Ducker inside, and as he got across the 25, he got spun around. He didn't blow the whistle for a bit. He had to take a couple of more pops in there. Ducker got the handoff and got about 2.
Kywan McCray making that tackle for the short game.
Watson, their leading rusher on the day at 84 yards. Huff at 102 on the day for Jacksonville State. Both quarterbacks, good days running the football. And somebody moved.
False start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty remains. Correction.
Yeah.
They're going to say somebody clapped, I think, for Jacksonville State. Defensively, somebody clapped, and if that's true, that'll cost the Gamecocks 5. They moved. Orion Irving, the tackle, was the guy that moved. When you're 3'10", you can't hide out there. Not only is he 3'10", he's 6'6".
If the defense makes a sound that would emulate what the offense might do, then it's a penalty on the defense. That's what they're talking about right now.
Our referee had already called it. Now let's see if we have to change the call here.
Delay a game. Defense, number 11. The defensive player smacked his own helmet, simulating a clap. The offensive cadence. Therefore, it is a penalty on the defense, rather a foul on the defense, causing a 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Delay a game for that lengthy.
I've heard it because of clapping their hands. That's the first time I've heard it slapping your helmet. So they go now from 2nd and 8 to 2nd and 3. After the penalty against McCray. Snap and handoff. Ducker fought off the first hit. And got a yard. So they're 3rd and 2 now. At the 33-yard line. He got only one. Terrific penetration there, Jacksonville State. The replay, McCray was just slapping himself in the helmet was what he was doing. Trying to urge himself on, I guess was what it was, but it cost him 5. They're 3rd and 2 at the 33-yard line. They are 6 of 11 today, 3rd down conversions. They send Smith in motion, fake it to him. He'll pull it and keep it. And I'm not sure if he got there. Watson kept it, faked the handoff on the man coming to motion, Noah Smith, and he didn't get there. It'll be 4th and a yard. They got 1 yard on 2nd down, 1 yard on 3rd down.
You're going to have to punt it here. Would be the smart thing to do.
Well, they're sending the punting team out there.
Yeah, still be the smart thing to do.
The defense will remain on the field. Only one change for Jacksonville State. Flip Rudolph will check in as a single safety. Everybody else, the defense still out there for Jacksonville State. 4th and a yard at their own 34-yard line. Pavon, his second punt of the day. Good snap, no pressure. Oh, he launches this one here. Flip all the way back to the 16, 15-yard line to the 14, and he's got nowhere to go. Nothing but white shirts around him. And let's see, his helmet came off and the ball came free, I think, as well. And it'll be their football. They say it, or is it blown dead? What do we got? It's their football. He fumbled the football. His helmet's on the other sideline. He doesn't realize it does, Flip. They may have to look at this one again. I don't know.
Flip's telling the umpire he grabbed my face mask.
I don't know when the ball came out. I just saw his helmet rolling to the other side of the field.
All right, here's another shot.
They will have the ball at the 14-yard line. I thought replay might take another look at it, but no indication yet from replay. So here we go at the 14-yard line.
There's that first turnover.
And now they go Wildcat. They'll shift Watson out here. They bring him in motion. Ducker going to get the snap. Low snap, but he got it. Looking to go left. Got hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Good job there. Prater got out there. The nose man strung that one out. And no gain. 2nd and 10 at the Gamecock 14.
Big man had to go a long way to make that play.
They are obviously well within range to tie it up with a field goal, but a chance to jump top. And again, 3rd straight week, the 3rd quarter for the Gamecocks. There's not been a good one. We only have 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go 3rd quarter. And they've had the ball the entire quarter here. They send a receiver right, a receiver left, H-back right side. Here comes a man in motion. They hand it to him this time. Evans trying to get wide. Perry's got it. No gains. Keep it at the 14. 3rd and 10 for them now.
Good job by Fred that time. He had perfect position as far as trying to keep him from getting up the field.
Actually, he lost a yard. They'll put it at the 15. It'll be 3rd and 11 now. 3rd down, 11. 14-11. Jacksonville State leads it. Trips left, wide out right. They stay in the gun. Running back to the right of Hunter Watson, the quarterback. 3-man front. They may be blitzing here. Boy, they acted like they were coming to the Gamecocks.
Changing the play.
And the Gamecocks are changing the defense as well. Now Ducker, the running back, moves to the left side of the quarterback. They come with the blitz. Low snap. Watson's got it. They got him back at the 21-yard line. They get the sack. Perry got in there, and somebody in the middle got there as well for Jacksonville State. Well, they had terrific pressure on him. The loss is back 5 yards to the 20. Second sack of the day. So they are 4th down, and they'll try to tie it up with a field goal here by Christian Pavon. The punter, Cardell, by the way, is the holder.
As a team, they've now given up 24 sacks. They've committed 22 sacks on the other teams. So they've been real close with that, but that's a lot of them.
It'll be about a 37-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. He missed it wide right. They were reacting in the end zone down there like it was no good, but had to wait officially till we got the call. He missed it, no good. It was wide right. Woo! The Gamecocks dodge a huge. That wasn't a bullet. That was a bomb they dodged right there. 2:38 to go, third quarter. Still Jacksonville State by a field goal. 14-11, Gamecocks lead it. Powered up by McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont. This is Gamecock football action on the Gamecock Sports Network.
Think about your mother, your sister, your girlfriend. 1 in 6 women is a victim of sexual assault. Now think about your father, your brother, your best friend. Men are victims too. Rape can happen to anyone. This is Christina Ricci with RAIN, encouraging you to call the National Sexual Assault Hotline to learn how to support someone you love. Call 1-800-656-HOPE or visit RAIN.org. That's RAINN.org.
Brought to you by RAIN and this station.
True crime series and podcasts are huge right now. Seems like everyone is interested. And Jacksonville State University offers you a path to be a hero against true crime with criminal justice and forensic investigation degrees. The vast employment opportunities in the field are rapidly growing, and Jack State is setting the standard when it comes to producing criminal justice professionals. If your goal is to make communities safer, serve victims in the courtroom, or bring evidence together through forensics, start your journey at Jacksonville State University. Investigate more at jsu.edu/criminaljustice.
Nice little conversation going on down here on the sideline during the timeout between Rich Rod, our referee Gary Dickerson, and the umpire, Mr. Fort, as well. And it goes back, I think, to the head slap call on the helmet slap that led to a 5-yard penalty against the Jacksonville State defense a little earlier in the quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. 10 seconds. Station ID. This is a Gamecock Sports Network.
Hey, this is Louisa Arnold, and you're listening to WLJS 91.9 FM. We're broadcasting from the WLJS studio on the campus of Jacksonville State University.
Well, the conversation is ended. I'll say this, the head man got his money's worth down there, I think, during the conversation. First down, Jacksonville State. They'll start at the 20. And they'll go empty set to start it with Rex Steiner and Petway to the right. Trey Stewart, Cam Vaughn coming wide left here. And Sean Brown, the tight end, lines up more or less as a wing back and H-back on that right side. And it looks like they walk a guy up already and going to be a 4-man front from them. First down, Jacksonville State. Only their 4th snap in this third quarter of play here. Ball in the middle of the field. They're threatening to come on a blitz, and Huff going to keep it and run and get to the corner. He's got 5. He's got 7, 8, 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1 at the 29-yard line.
They were blitzing from the other side that time. I don't know if Huff was supposed to go left, but I know he had to see that guy coming. So a perfect play call there.
They put it at the 28. He got 8. It'll be 2nd and 2, Jacksonville State. Stewart now in the backfield, lines up next to Tyler. 2nd down 2, Gamecocks. Huff will fake and pull and keep it and dive toward the 30, but he's just shy. It'll be 3rd and about a half yard, Jacksonville State. Rich Rod telling his guys, get right up there and snap it. Push tush coming here. And they just push Huff, and he got to the 30 and should have the first down, I think. Well, I don't know. From where the line judge on the near side, I thought now they signal first down. I thought he actually had gotten across the 30.
It was close.
Yeah, didn't get much out of it. Didn't need much, but didn't get much. Sean Brown now comes to left with Cam Vaughn, a wide right, Petway and Recksteiner. It's at the 30. So first down, Jacksonville State. Stewart moves to the right now. He was on the left side, shifts over to the right of the quarterback, Huff. Tyler the snap. He'll give to Trey here, and he pushes for a yard, and that's about it in the middle of the line there. It's 70 seconds to go in the quarter. Yards a whole lot tougher to come by in this third quarter for the Gamecocks. 2nd and 9 at the 31.
That's the 20th carry by Trey. 88 yards.
2nd and 9. 3 wide, 2 right, 1 left. 4-man front. A quick pitch trying to get him to the corner. Stewart out there to the corner to the 35. And they run him out of bounds and slung him down over there on the far side on the boundary. It was out of bounds when he got knocked down. The gain is going to be to the 37, so he got 6, and the Gamecocks are at 3rd and 4 here now.
And he jumps up and runs back to the huddle because he knows this is hurry-up time.
3rd and 4, Jacksonville State. Maybe 3rd and 3, 3rd and 3 at the 37. 4-man front, Huff's going to throw, looks. Underneath, got his man Recksteiner, a catch and a first down. He got 4 to the 41. And the Gamecocks get their second first down in this half, this quarter. And that may be the final play of the third stanza. Down inside of 10 seconds now, and I don't think they're going to snap it again here in this third quarter, and they will not. 3 quarters in the books. The Gamecocks, 3/4 of the way.
We've reached the end of the third quarter.
To a share of the title, but a long 15 minutes coming up here. We go to the fourth. Jacksonville State 14, Sam Houston 11. Our broadcast, a presentation of McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont, local owners who serve the local community. This is Jacksonville State football on the Gamecock Sports Network.
The nationally recognized Jacksonville State University College of Business and Industry is ready for the future. Are you? Cutting-edge technologies, successful business growth, crafting messages that stand out. We're teaching all that and more. Gain real-world experience with quality internships and gain access to a growing network of alumni and businesses ready to hire. Programs are accredited and will prepare you to be an engineer in the factory or a C-suite exec. Level up your future with a bachelor's or graduate degree from Jack State's College of Business and Industry. Learn more at jsu.edu/business.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs
and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner?
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am Hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey y'all, I'm Riley Green. While performing keeps me busy on the road, Alabama is where I was born and raised, and it will always bring me back home to vote. Writing songs allows me to use my voice to tell my story. You too can make your voice heard by...
This Gamecock Sports Network presentation is brought to you by Alabama Power, America's first federal credit union, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, Congressman Mike Rogers, Farmers and Merchants Bank, Grub Mart Stores, Hampton Inn of Jacksonville.
Here we go, fourth quarter, Jacksonville State, 14-11 lead. As they're on top of the Bearcats of Sam Houston State, along with Ray Hammond. I'm Mike Harris, Miss Maddie across the way, producing our broadcast, and she'll be at it again as soon as we wrap this one up. We turn to basketball down at Daytona. Gamecocks taking on James Madison, the consolation game of the Boardwalk Battle, or Battle of the Boardwalk, whichever way you prefer. Eli Gold will carry you through that one. Coming up as soon as we wrap up football coverage here today. Gamecocks 1 quarter away from at least a share of the championship in Conference USA. Quentin Cooley just ran 22 yards for a Liberty touchdown. They haven't tried the extra point. And they're, I guess, reviewing the play. At the moment, Liberty leads 13-7. And again, they haven't tried the PAT with 2:05 to go in the half. If, biggest 2-letter word in English language. If the Gamecocks win and Liberty wins, the Gamecocks are the conference champions, would host the Conference USA Championship game Friday night, December the 6th, right here, Burgess Snow Field at JSU Stadium.
My couple of things to look at. Jacksonville State's got 8 different receivers that have caught a pass. Each has 1 catch. We've talked about the sluggish offense in the third quarter. Again, today only 19 yards in the third quarter.
The Gamecocks have it. 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll go left to right here in the final quarter. Trips left, wide out right. Snap to Huff, fakes the throw out. Going to turn and go to the 45, to the 50, to the 45 on the other side, the enemy territory. So he goes ahead for 14 and a first down.
We've been watching Trey Stewart run the ball. I got to watch him that time block somebody, and it was an outstanding block that freed up Huff.
Vaughn to the right, Petway and Recksteiner to the left. Ball at the 45, first down. Huff this time will fake and keep it. Stewart the good lead block, and Tyler's inside the 40. He's to the 38. All of a sudden, he finds some running room in the last few plays.
But again, there's Stewart making the block that allowed him to get that 5 or 6 yards.
He got 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. 126 for Huff rushing the football and the 2 touchdowns for the Gamecocks. 2nd down 3. Ball at the 37-yard line. Stewart shifts, moves to the left. You got Overset, 2 tight ends to the left, 2 H-backs there. And Stewart the handoff, and they were waiting on him in the middle. If he stays left, well, there's maybe all kinds of room behind Barrick and Sean Brown, but he took it up the middle, no gain. It'll be 3rd and 3, Jacksonville State.
More than likely, this is 4-down territory for the Gamecocks.
Now you got Brown a wing right, Barrick a wing left, receivers each way. Huff pulls it out, wanting to throw it. Wide open, Sean Brown juggled it, caught it before he got out of bounds, inside the 20. Don't scare me like that, man. I didn't want to juggle it act. Take you to the 16-yard line and a Jacksonville State first down.
But he pulled it in before he stepped out of bounds.
That's his second catch of the day, right? Or is that his?
That's his first.
First catch. 9 different receivers have caught passes. Now the Gamecocks, 3 tight ends in a game. Vaughn split wide right. Handoff. Trey Stewart got hit in the backfield. Knocked down, a yard loss. 2nd and 11 at the 17. They had, even with all that beef up front, they got penetration that time.
Yeah, that was a really good play by the linebacker, Sincere Jackson.
Now, Pearson Baldwin and Sean Brown will come out. Recksteiner's back in. Petway back in. Gamecocks make changes, and they do as well. Vaughn wide right. Recksteiner to the left with Petway. Jacob Barrick stays in the game as the lone tight end out there, and he's lined up on the left side. He's actually more of a wing. They threaten to come from the outside. Huff fakes the pitch. They had him in the backfield. He got away, but he will only get back. And a flag laid after the play.
Got a helmet off. So
Bubba Grayson lost his helmet. Let's see what happened there.
Hands to the face.
The umpire talking it over with the white hat, our referee, Mr. Dickerson. They have the conversation. It is either going to be 2nd and long.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 90. The penalty is half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down. Offensive player number 54 may stay in the game.
Richard Outland, the defensive end, was a guy that tore his helmet off and got caught in the meantime. 1st and goal, Jacksonville State gives them a first down at the 7.5-yard line here is where they spotted.
Break for the Gamecocks, and Gamecocks have been deadly inside the 10-yard line.
Harley the snap. Huff fakes and pulls it. Going to break it outside. Oh, he couldn't get away from the slip tackle. Weaver got him by the ankles, got enough of him to knock him down. He gained a half yard to the 7. 2nd and goal from the far side hash mark, right at the 7-yard line.
Saved a touchdown.
If he doesn't get him, it's over.
Yeah, it is.
Gamecocks by a field goal, trying to add to the lead. 11:45, clock ticking.
Unbalanced line.
They overshift to the right. 3 tight ends in the game. Huff, they thought it was going to be a reverse. He'll keep it and dive to the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville State. Trey Stewart tangled up after the play is over, waylaid after the play. And let's see who the flag is going to be on. He was tied up with Davion Armstead, the cornerback here. The line judge threw the flag late. Play was over.
Loved the formation that time. It really, I think, confused the defense and found a soft spot.
Well, you had a tight end and two H-backs over there.
Yeah.
Just overset it to the right side. And Huff, they brought a man in motion. That was Vaughn coming back. Faked the handoff to him. Or really wasn't a fake. He just kept it, but they bit like it was going to be a reverse. And then he was able to turn the corner and then cut it back in.
After the play, we have fouls by both teams. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 2. Also, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 28. Those penalties will offset. That's the first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game for both players.
Rich Rodriguez does not like the call by the line judge.
You could just about feel like that was what was going to happen, though, when you get tied up like that.
So the Gamecocks spread, now shifted together, and the kick is up, and another line drive howitzer shot through there by Ripa on the PAT. And we got a timeout with 11:31 to play in the game. Jacksonville State, a 2-score advantage again here. Gamecocks lead it 21-11 over the Bearcats from Sam Houston State. Powered up by McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont. This is Gamecock football on the Gamecock Sports Network.
Alabama leads the nation in prescribed opioids. In 3 years, the number of children in our foster care system due to parental drug abuse has doubled. Nationally, overdose deaths among women are double that of men. We may lie to ourselves, but the numbers won't.
The 24/7 helpline is 844-307-1760 or go to courageforall.com.
This message brought to you by the ADMH, the ABA, and this station.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but being there in person is priceless. That's why Jacksonville State University wants to invite you to discover the friendliest campus in the South. Nestled in the beautiful foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, Jack State offers a variety of opportunities to foster success both inside and outside of the classroom. With over 101 academic programs and our diverse student population, we want you to be the next addition to the Gamecock family. Schedule a campus visit to Jack State today at jsu.edu/visit.
Ham first numbers of the game, 14 plays, 80 yards, 6 minutes, 7 seconds, time of possession. Third TD of the day rushing the football for Tyler Huff. And that was a Jack State ROTC touchdown. College opens minds. Army ROTC opens a world of opportunity. To learn more, contact ROTC at jsu.edu or visit goarmy.com/ROTC.
Mike, Jack State with 3 touchdown drives. The first one, they opened the drive of the game, 14 plays, 75 yards. The next one in the first half, 10 plays, 75 yards, and 14 for 80 on that particular one. 2 of 2 passing the ball. Just an outstanding job by this Gamecock offense. It's like they turn the light on when the fourth quarter comes around.
So it's 21-11. The Gamecocks will kick it off. They got to look into the sun to receive the kick here from Garrison Ripa. Tennessee now 14-0 on top of UTEP. Second quarter score up in Knoxville. They're at 3:40 to play in the half. And Liberty 14-7. Minute 3 to go in the half. They lead Western Kentucky. And if Jacksonville State can go on and win this one, and Liberty goes on to beat Western Kentucky, the Gamecocks are the Conference USA regular season champs and will host the Conference Championship playoff game on Friday the 6th of December. That's a Friday night. Ripa, oh man, great kick here. That is at the back of the end zone, the white at the end of the, he launched that one. Rod McDowell out there to give him a body bump, not a fist bump. First down at the 25. That may be the longest I've seen him kick one this year.
Yeah, that I saw one while you were out in the snow that was about that long.
First down at the 25 with Evans to the left, Smith to the right. Now they go with a 20 set. 2 running backs, one on each side of the quarterback. Hunter Watson. They put the tight end zone, shift him from the left side to the right to left. They hit it off to the second back and shot through the hole and across the 30 to the 31 as Ducker was on the carry. He got 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for them.
Antonio Carter with the tackle there. Campbell, our leading tackler right now, with 7.
That's a career high for him.
Yes, it is. Hughes, Perry, and Hale each with 6.
They go 2 receivers to the right, a receiver to the left here. 2nd and 4 at the 31. Clock at 11 minutes to go. Gamecocks lead 21-11. Watson, and now we got a flag. I think they move. False start coming here.
Unless somebody slapped their helmet.
False start. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
So that was the left tackle, Luke Eckert. Started his career in Arizona and then at Colorado as well. And then Iowa Western. He's been at 4 schools in 4 years. He is seeing America. Trims right, wide out left. 2nd down and 9. Well, he's seen the West anyway. Arizona, Colorado, and Iowa. Midwest to the west. Now to Texas. Watson sprints right to throw. Got a man out there. Caught it at the 30 and out of bounds right around the 34-yard line. At the 33, they'll mark out Noah Smith. Just a quick short route out in the flats and got it to him. And he, with Fred Perry coming after him, got to the boundary and stepped out. They're 3rd and 2 now at the 33-yard line.
Watson now 9 of 17, 54 yards.
So they substitute, so that gives the Gamecocks a chance to get some fresh bodies and some more meat in there up front. 3rd and 2. 2 receivers left. The running back, Ducker, to the left of the quarterback. Now they shift the 2 tight ends, Sohm and Garza, to the left. Now they bring Evans in motion. It's a straight quarterback sweep. And Watson didn't get there. They kept him shy of the 35. It'll be 4th and less than a yard for them. He tried to lower the head, turned in, tried to get there, but the Gamecocks stopped him. The ball just inside the 34-yard line. They'll go for it on 4th and less than a yard here.
Gamecocks did a great job on that last play, making him run parallel to the line of scrimmage.
They are 1 of 2 4th down conversions today. They're in the shotgun, 4th, less than a yard. Watson puts them in. Evans in motion. Fakes, he'll keep it himself. 1st down across the 35 and still going to the 38-39. They hold him up there. They're still trying to push him, but the whistle came. Fred Perry was one of them in on the stop for the Gamecocks.
You have to give Watson credit. He's been a warrior back there. That's his 18th carry. Puts him at about 85 yards.
They give him 4 to the 37 and a 1st down. Actually, to the 38, in the 1st down. So they keep the drive going. They go empty set here, 5 wide, 3 receivers right, 2 left. Quarterback draw. Gamecocks read it as Garrett Stansberry came down inside to stop it, but they left the end open. And he got around to the corner and turned it upfield across the 45 to the 46. He got 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Fred Perry tripped him up that time.
He's getting close to 100 on the day as Watson. 2nd and 2. 3 receivers right. They hand it here, and that's McKinney straight ahead across midfield to the Gamecock 49. He's got a 1st down, and here they come now as the clock rolling down to the 8-minute mark. They come quicker. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Running back to the right of the quarterback. Watson the snap. Fakes, pulls it out. Fires wide receiver screen. Got a man open inside the 45, the 40, the 35. And he's down to the Gamecock 32-yard line. 16 more to Noah Smith. 1st down, Sam Houston.
We've played 2 or 3 teams that just couldn't win a close one. This is not one of those teams. They know how to win the close one.
Trips left, wide out right. Watson, 1st down play, sets underneath route, a catch, but a quick tackle there. Poyser got to Evans as he caught it inside the 30, around the 27. He got 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Evans' 4th catch.
They have in the last 3 weeks, the last 3 weeks, 3 one-score victories is what they've got. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right on 2nd and 5. Low snap. Watson had to go down and get it. Going to go deep down the field, and that is out of bounds and incomplete. He caught the ball, but he was out of bounds, and his rear end landed way out of bounds as he came down there.
I think the bad snap probably messed up the timing of that play.
That one was low. The intended target there was Ife Adeyi. Now they're 3rd and 5 of the 27. They're 6 of 14 third down conversions on the day. Evans and Humphreys to the right. Smith and Afayi to the left. The running back is McKinney to the right of the quarterback. Gamecocks threaten to blitz. And here they come. Watson got rid of it in a hurry. A catch. And a body blow delivered. There may be a targeting call here. And a flag comes in. I think, was that McBride that hit him? Boy, he dealt the blow. The catch was a first down to the 20-yard line.
I don't think he hit him in the helmet at all.
Well, but if he led with the crown of his helmet, that's going to be, he hit him in the chest.
As I say all the time, who knows?
Actually, that was Carter, Antonio Carter. Check it. It was 8, not 0. Looked like he might have led with the shoulder. It wasn't a helmet. Watching a replay.
Well, they have to look at it.
Personal foul. Targeting. Defense. Number 8. Contact to the head and neck area of a defenseless player. The previous play is under review.
Do you wonder why they have to wait so long to review it?
Yeah.
You know you're going to do it.
Well, they spend a minute roughly. Here's a replay. He didn't hit him. He led with the shoulder. He didn't lead with his helmet.
No crown. It was a heck of a tackle. Yeah. It was.
So they'll review it. And look at it here. Tennessee now 21-0 lead over UTEP. Georgia 28-14 at the half, leading UMass. 10 seconds to go in the half. Liberty just scored again, 20-7, pending the PAT here. Caden Salter, a touchdown pass to Julian Gray. So it's 20-7 with 10 seconds to play in the half. There was no score at the end of the first quarter in that game. Those updates on your Alabama Power scoreboard. Ohio State, 28-7.
After review, there was no targeting on the play. The forcible contact was to the chest of the wide receiver. The result of the play is a first down.
They got it correct, I think.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
On that occasion. 28-7, third quarter. Ohio State leads Indiana. Wake Forest hanging tough. Miami leading the Deacons 20-14 in the fourth quarter. Third quarter in the Swamp. Gators 17. Ole Miss 14 in that one. Wow. So they got, after the pass play was good for the completion with the pass play for a first down at the Jacksonville State 20. They bring Evans in motion across the field, left to right. Watson, the snap rolls that way, throw back to the left, and got it to the tight end, and he's going to be knocked down for a 6-yard loss. Gamecocks smell that one and got him initially. That was Dexter Carter who got there first. The young man out of Gardendale, the former Rocket, made the play.
Curly Young also there. That was a great defensive effort that time by the Gamecocks.
Stayed at home, did not chase the motion. He read it when they slid him out there. Young got him after Carter wrapped him up. 2nd and 16 at the 26-yard line. Snap again low. Watson's got it. Going toward the end zone. Incomplete again, out of bounds. He was out of the field of play. He caught the ball, did Evans, but ran out of room just past the pylon here in the near corner. At the 16, they're 3rd and 16 now. 5:59 to play. 21-11. Jacksonville State leads. Trips right, wide out left. Gamecocks threatening to come, shifting guys, moving them around, and now they'll take a timeout here. Sam Houston, a timeout at 5:59.
Timeout. Sam Houston. That's their first timeout of the half. This will be a full timeout.
And we'll take it with them. 5:59 to go. They want to talk it over, down 10 here to Jacksonville State. 21-11. Our broadcast powered up by McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont. This is Jacksonville State football on the Gamecock Sports Network.
Is who we are. Whether you're a nurse, a carpenter, a truck driver, or a salesperson, our work defines us. And when we can do what we love and help others at the same time, that's when you know you found a rewarding career. The Alabama Department of Labor is committed to helping you get there with on-the-job training, work-based learning, apprenticeships, and more. So when you're ready to begin your next career, ask yourself, who do you want to be? Sponsored by the ADOL, ACRI, ABA, and this station.
Learn how to get elementary and high school students moving with Jacksonville State University. Physical education can be fun, and it can help establish an early active lifestyle. The Health and Physical Education Teacher Education Program courses align with our state and national physical education standards. Jack State gets you involved early and often in classroom environments to hone your skills. You'll learn tons of activities to teach, from basketball to Pilates, and yes, there's even a pickleball class. Jacksonville State University's Health and Physical Education Teacher Education Program. Learn more at JS.
Matching up with James Madison in the final game in their event down there at the Battle of the Boardwalk. And we'll get to it. We wrap up our coverage today. May have to join in progress. I don't think they've started on time yet, so maybe they'll be a little late starting. We won't miss anything today.
Just 1:35 here, so this is a huge call in this game by the Southern Houston Bearcat coaches. They're in 4-down territory, but they need 2 scores. Field goal would be important.
The ball closer to the 25 now, so let's say 3rd and 15 coming up. And again today, they are 7 of 15 third down conversion attempts. Came into the game right at 40% for the year. Smith is wide right over there with Phoenix. To the left will come Evans and Humphreys for them. And the running back is again McKinney, redshirt freshman out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, to the right of the quarterback. 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15. 4 wide. Ball on the hash mark to the near side, the home sideline of the Gamecocks. They put Evans in motion across the field to the wide side. Watson to throw. Going down the middle. Got a man. Knocked away and incomplete. Jabari Mack, terrific play. Stepped in front just in time to knock it away, and they'll go for 3 here at 5:53 to play in the game.
I tell you, Jabari Mack was in perfect position to knock that ball away and not pick a flag. Wow, that was as big as it gets.
Pavon will try a field goal. They'll spot it at the 30. Now they're going to move up to the 32-yard line. It'll be a 42-yard field goal attempt. They may have to take a timeout here. Just got the snap off in time. Kick just got the distance. It is up, but he missed it wide left. No good. Wide left with a kick. They snapped that ball with 1 on the play clock.
Well, they didn't have enough men on the field. They had to bring somebody out late. He had to get set for a count before they could snap it. But you were exactly right. It might have been a half a second left.
5:48 to play. He hooked it wide left of the uprights down at the Fieldhouse Inn here, complex into the place. 5:48 to go, 21-11. Jacksonville State on top. This is Gamecock football, fueled by McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont on the Gamecock Sports Network.
Hey listeners, September 28, 2025 will mark 50 years of WLJS 91.9 FM. To celebrate this momentous achievement, alumni students who started it all have set up a fundraiser to raise $50,000 for 50 years. With less than 2 years to achieve this goal, time is a ticking. Consider donating to the fundraiser to continue supporting the station for decades to come. More information can be found on our website, WLJS919.com.
Today's Gamecock Sports broadcast is brought to you in part by Young Oil, operators of the Grub Mart stores. They currently have 13 stores in Northeast and Central Alabama with new locations coming soon. Gas, groceries, beverages, and secure transactions at the pump are all staples of your Grub Mart store. The Young family has been involved with Jacksonville State for approximately 75 years. We thank them for their longtime loyal support of Jack State and Gamecock athletics. Young Oil, Grub Mart stores.
48 to go. Don't tell Rich Rod. We're trying to figure out who we're going to host here. 21-11, Jacksonville State leads. Fourth quarter.
Yep, we're going to Sugar Bowl, too.
Yeah. 5:48 to go. It's all that separates Jacksonville State from at least a share of their first ever conference title at the FBS level. Liberty at the half leads Western Kentucky 21-7. Again, if Jacksonville State wins, if Liberty wins. Those two things happen today. The Gamecocks are Conference USA champions and would host the conference championship game on Friday, December the 6th.
I know I mentioned this last week, and a lot of people probably don't care, but 50 years ago, next Saturday, in 1974, we won the first Gulf South Conference championship. So we'd technically be winning the first Conference USA championship 50 years to the day.
Next week, though.
Next week.
Yeah, we could have it won today. If Liberty wins and the Gamecocks win.
Hi, Rhonda.
Well, it would be 50 years.
I know.
I burst that bubble. Twins left, wide out right. Snap to Huff. Looks like he was going to throw it out there on the screen and took the snap and kept it and got across the 25 to the 28, gain of about 3. That'll be 2nd and 7, Jacksonville State coming up.
I like that look with the two backs in the backfield, especially when one of them is 17. Make a lot of things happen.
Two receivers left, receiver right. Gamecocks just taking as much time, slowing it down here, leading 21-11. He got only 2, 2nd and 8. Huff will get the snap. They threaten to bring everybody, it seems. He'll fake and keep and cuts behind the block, and this time he'll find his way to the 30. He got 3 then. Just a tick or two across the 30 maybe. 3rd and 5, let's say, Jacksonville State. On the day, the Gamecocks, 9 of 13 third down conversions.
Best of the year.
Yes. 3rd and 5, the ball at the 30, 4:45. Why does it run so slow when you want it to go, and when you're behind, it seems like it's hyper speed going all the time? 3rd and 5. Recksteiner, Petway to the left. Stewart comes wide right out here with P.J. Wells. So it's an empty set for Huff on a 3rd and 5. Snap, looks to throw. Ducks under a man. He gets out of there. He's at the 30 to the 35 and a first down to the 37-yard line. How about that? He's over 150 yards on the day, in case you're wondering. 176 against Kennesaw is his career high.
I don't know how he got out of that.
I don't either.
He
Unbelievable.
was covered up and then just ducked out.
It looked like the snow falling in Cleveland the other night, all that white around him. Then all of a sudden he was out of there and running for the first down. He got about 8 yards. And the clock under 4 minutes now to go in the game. Two receivers right. You got an H-back to the right side for the Gamecocks. Stewart, the running back, to the right of the quarterback. Trey going to get a chance here. And they'll spin him around at the 40, a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Trey was actually sitting on top of somebody. I don't think he ever went to the ground, but his forward progress had stopped. They were trying to jerk the ball away.
Need to break him free, make him get him another one over 100 today. He's at 94, I think, is where he's at now. Yeah, Stewart on the afternoon.
23 carries on the day. Huff with 24 carries for Stewart now.
2nd and 8. Huff awaiting the snap. Play clock at 2, at 1 the snap. He'll give to Stewart a little hole and squirt it through there for about 3, I think. Timeout taken here by the Bearcats at 2:45 to play in the game.
Timeout. Sam Houston. That's their second timeout of the half. This will be a full timeout.
So that'll leave them with 1 remaining. Did they spot the ball? I guess the 42. So it's 3rd and 4 coming up here, Jacksonville State. 3rd down 4 for the Gamecocks.
Still have a 2-minute timeout as well.
Right. So they can stop it one more time here before we get to that 2-minute timeout if they so desire. The 1989 team reunion day today. Several of those guys back. Talking to David Gulledge when he was up here during the half. First time he had seen some of those guys in 30 years, really.
Yeah.
So
there's some folks live a long way away, and
true.
It's hard for them to get back. Jacksonville State with 251 rushing yards, which is twice as many as they've averaged giving up during the season.
Gamecocks over 300 yards. Second half, it's been a slow go, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Check some scores. Alabama Power scoreboard here. Update you on some of the other games in college football. They're in the 4th quarter in Columbus. Ohio State ending the dream season of Indiana at this point in time. They lead at 28-7. Miami still 2014 lead over Wake Forest. Late 3rd quarter, Ole Miss a field goal to tie it up, 17-all with Florida. SMU 26-0 over Virginia. That is a 4th quarter score. And UMass, I think, just scored on Georgia again. It was 31-14. I think they just got another one, so it's 31-20 with the extra point coming. Tennessee 28-0 over UTEP. They've had 3 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes, I think, of the first half. Alabama later this evening with Oklahoma. Auburn hosting Texas A&M. And again, Jacksonville State wraps up the regular season next week in Bowling Green, Kentucky against the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. 2 o'clock airtime next Saturday. Kick time, 3 o'clock. The Gamecocks could be going for a 9th consecutive win, which would be their longest winning streak since, 2015, I think was what it was, something like that. Jacksonville State getting ready to go here. 3rd and 6 with 2:45 to go. Ball at the 42-yard line. P.J. Wells and Brock Recksteiner are your receivers. Wells to the right, Recksteiner to the left. Huff, the quarterback, with Trey Stewart to his left now on 3rd and 6. See what Rich Rod and Rod Smith have dialed up here. Huff fakes, going to keep it, and he can run for days. 50, 45, 40, slides down on the far side, right at the boundary at the 38. A Jacksonville State first down.
They've been running behind those 2 tight ends every time. That time he went the other way, and nobody was looking for him over there. And he wasn't a great slide either.
No, it wasn't. He didn't have much
practice
practice
very much.
They ran away from the strong side. He took it to the 39-yard line. And it's going to get down to the 2-minute timeout here, I think is what's going to happen.
And I mean that as a compliment about Huff, by the way.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout of the second half.
So that got him 19 yards on that last carry.
Jack State will be back on the road next
He's at 175 on the day. That's a yard away from his career high against Kennesaw at 176. So the Gamecocks will have it at the 39 with 2 minutes to go in the contest with a 21-11 lead here.
28 carries for Huff, 25 for Stewart. I'm like you, I'd still like to see Stewart get 5 more yards to make 100. He's got a nice run going.
5 straight games with 100 plus, is that right?
And the one before that was 95.
Yeah.
Very close.
Last 5 games, he's rushed right at 1,000 yards in the last 5 games. And at 95 on the day here. So of the 66 plays, Jacksonville State's run. Huff with 28 carries, Stewart with 25, that's 53, and Trey caught a pass on one of the other ones, too.
Yeah, that's right.
So the ball has been with those 2 guys all day long.
Huff did spread around I think there were 8 different receivers that have caught a pass. I dare say we won't see another one of those.
Sean Brown has the longest reception of the day. 9 different guys have caught passes. Yeah. For a whopping 54 yards.
9 times 5. That's an average of 5 yards a catch. But you know what? It doesn't matter right now.
They can stop it one more time. Can Sam Houston. They have 1 timeout remaining. So the Gamecocks will probably snap and run one more play, and then you just take a knee after that, I guess.
Yep.
And the Gamecocks will have a share of their first ever championship FBS play, a regular season title, Conference USA, a share of it. And again, Liberty leads at the half if they go on to win that game. Then the Gamecocks would be the conference champions and host the conference championship game here on Friday night, the 6th, 2 weeks from yesterday is when that would be. And Hammett's going to have everybody over for dinner. So, ball at the 39-yard line after the timeout here. They'll put it in play. And somebody's way back here at the 50. Handoff going to go to Stewart. And Trey got maybe 2. No, just a yard, looks like. Timeout, and that'll be the last one for KC Keeler over there. Well, he's had a great career, college head coach.
Sam Houston has called their final timeout of the game, 30-second timeout.
So the ball at the 38, 2nd and 9. He's at 96 yards on the day as Stewart.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 57 seconds. 157.
Put 1 more second back on the clock. Thank you for cutting that microphone off.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was some conversation about that before the game, about all that stuff last week too, I think. So Jacksonville State, 1 minute, 57 seconds away from the first ever FBS, at least a share of a conference championship. P.J. Wells behind the play just in case of a bobble or something. Handoff, Stewart pushing ahead. He got it to the 35-yard line. So he got, 2? So the Gamecocks are 3rd down now at about 6. He got 3 maybe on that play. Where are we going to put him at here, fellas? He's either at 98 or 99 yards on the day. He's at 99. Give it to him one more time. Let him get 100 here and keep the streak going. 5 straight games for Stewart with 100+. By the way, the 28 carries for Huff, a career high for him. Gamecocks with the ball at the 35 at 3rd and 6.
Only one other Gamecock has carried the ball, and that would have been Paul. Had 1 carry.
That was on the goal line earlier.
Timeout. Jack State. It's their first time out of the half. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 13 seconds.
The clock at 1:12. They'll put 1 more second.
1:13.
So they'll reset it to 1:13.
Thank you.
There we go.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
So Jacksonville State uses its first time out of the half. Do you look forward to run it? Do you think they'll just take the snap and go to a knee?
No, they're going to run it.
You think they'll run it here? They're getting ready to start the 3rd quarter, I think, up at Lynchburg, Virginia, at Williams Stadium. Liberty 21-7 lead. If they go on and beat Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State will be an outright champion.
Jack State in that unbalanced line look again.
3rd and 6 at the 35. Snap and a handoff to Stewart. And he got the yard, maybe 2. It'll be 4th down. And that hopefully will get him to 100. He got a yard to the 34. It's 4th down. 28 rushes. And 100 yards on the day for Trey Stewart. Or no, they gave that to Huff. Did he? I don't think Huff carried it, did he?
No. I thought it was Stewart.
They let the clock run. See a replay on that. I thought that was Trey that took the ball. But they gave the carry and the yard to Huff on that play. And Jacksonville State lets it go to 27 seconds and timeout here on fourth at about 5.
Timeout. Jack State. That's their second timeout of the half. Please reset the game clock to 28 seconds.
Well, what are we going to do this time?
Thank you. This will be a 30-second timeout.
I don't know.
Do we have a 28-second play? Run around with it.
Be interesting to see what they do call here. 4th and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Well, I think we're going to run it, try to get that first down so they don't get the ball back.
Surely we can't give up 10 points in 28 seconds, can we?
Well, we had a 75-yard drive a couple of weeks ago for 7.
4th and 5 after the timeout. Snap. Huff going to pull it. He'll keep it and just dives ahead for about a yard. And that'll give.
Please reset the game clock to 25 seconds. 2-5.
So first down.
Thank you.
At the 33-yard line. He got a yard, and they'll turn it over on downs with Jacksonville State. 25 seconds to play in the game. One last chance for the Bearcats. They will go to 5-2 in league play and 8-3 overall. Jacksonville State will move to 8-3 overall and 7-0 in Conference USA contest. 4 wide receivers now make it 5 as they shift Ducker out of the backfield. Snap to Hunter Watson, drops to throw. Now he's going to run it, 35 to the 40, and gets by McCray, or gets run out of bounds right there at the 41-yard line with 19 seconds to play. Gain of 8, second 2 coming for them now.
We were glad to let him run around, run that clock down. He did a nice job of getting out of bounds, though.
Actually, he's put it closer to the 42, so we got 9. It'll be second down and a yard coming up for them. Empty set, Watson to throw. J-Rock coming after him. Well, he didn't know what to do, and he's going to run it, and that'll be the final play of the game probably. Well, may snap it one more time, 11 seconds. Stop the clock for the first down at the 45-yard line as he gained 3 on that play. He's going to get under center, and I think just spike it here is what he's going to do. Yep, he will. They snap it, 5 seconds to go. And having a conversation about who's going to eat with who after the ball game, I think was what that was, or where we're going anyway for Donnie.
You certainly don't want a stupid penalty.
No, not now. Gamecocks 5 ticks away from making it 2 in a row in the series with these guys and taking the series lead at 7 games to 6. Hunter Watson the snap. They will come after him. He'll step up. Still looking. Now we'll turn it loose and fire it down the field, and it will be knocked away and incomplete. And that will do it. The Gamecocks have clinched a share of the Conference USA regular season title. They are 7-0.
We've reached the end of the game.
With 1 game left against Western Kentucky next Saturday up in Bowling Green. Gamecocks win it 21-11. The final, knocking off a feisty bunch of Bearcats from Sam Houston. 8-3 on the year, 7-0 in the league. A share of the conference title, at least a share of the title, and also a spot in the conference championship game for Jacksonville State. They have started the third quarter. Liberty 21-7 lead, and again, if Liberty goes on to win that one, the Gamecocks would be the conference champions and also would be hosting that Conference USA Championship game on Friday night, December the 6th. More to come of our Gamecock Locker Room Show. More talk about that. Get some interviews for you straight ahead. 21-11. Jacksonville State the win today over the Bearcats of Sam Houston State. Our broadcast powered up by McDonald's of Jacksonville and Piedmont. Local owners who serve the local community. This is Jacksonville State football on the Gamecock Sports Network.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while